and for Nebraska and Colorado, a time now synonymous with close finishes. Boulder, 1997, trailing by 17 in the fourth quarter. Rick Neuheisel's Buffaloes sandwiched 2 John Hessler touchdown passes around an onside kick recovery to pull within 3. Time would run out on the Buffs' upset hopes, though, and Tom Osborne's Huskers would go on to share a national title. The next year here in Lincoln, the Huskers' offense was held without a touchdown, but they still held on for a 2-point win. And last year, the heavily favored Cornhuskers had a seemingly secure 24-point fourth quarter lead before Colorado's furious comeback.
Sets, fires to the end zone. Touchdown!
A nervous Frank Solich looked on as the Buffaloes' chance to win the game in regulation sailed wide right. And in overtime, Nebraska's Dan Alexander got the Huskers to the brink, and Eric Crouch took care of the rest for a 3-point overtime win. Is another fantastic finish in store for us today? We'll find out next on ABC. Our Burger King college football today brings us to Lincoln, Nebraska, Memorial Stadium, where today it's the 8th-ranked Cornhuskers hosting the Buffaloes of Colorado. Hi again, everybody. I'm Brad Nessler, and happy holidays. We hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Actually, Burger King played a big role in the Colorado Buffaloes' Thanksgiving. They were supposed to have a traditional meal here in Lincoln after a walkthrough yesterday. They had airplane trouble, had to stay in Boulder. Their head coach, Gary Barnett, went to Burger King. 100 Whoppers, 100 large fries, $444.44 later. They had their meal there. They didn't arrive in Lincoln until 11:30 last night. They had an early wake-up call today. Now they've got a whopper of a task on their hands to take on a team that's beaten them 8 straight years, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. That's our matchup today, and we'll see how it goes after we check in with John Saunders and Terry Bowden in New York. Seniors being introduced in Lincoln, Nebraska on Tom Osborne Field. These guys played for Coach Osborne at a national championship. You can see some of them hanging their head a bit as this will be their final appearance in this stadium in front of, for the 239th time, a sellout crowd. My partner's Bob Greasy, and Bob, there's 27 of those guys playing their final game. It means a tremendous amount to those young fellas. A lot of them are walk-ons that are all of a sudden starters. It hasn't been the season they wanted, but they still got a lot to play for.
This team was ranked #1 more than half of the season, but they've lost 2 of their last 3 ball games. There's no conference championship or national championship. They're playing for pride in a bowl game.
Colorado has a 19-year-old quarterback. Their team is playing as if this is their bowl game, so a lot of those seniors will be chasing this 19-year-old kid.
His name is Craig Oaks, and Gary Barnett says, you know, he is maybe our best football player. That sounds like a good news, bad news thing to me. I've seen a lot of fifth-year seniors quarterbacks that have come in here and had trouble with this Nebraska defense. If you're going to beat Nebraska, you've got to throw the football.
And they will be doing that today, and they've got some good ones to throw it to. With more on that, third man in our team, Lynn Swan. Swanee.
Thank you, Brad. Down here on the sidelines, my world, the guy who has to do it for Colorado is number 19, Javon Green. Last year against Nebraska, he had a big-time game, big catch for a touchdown, and over 100 yards. And Nebraska has a history of allowing really good wide receivers to have big days. Just a few years ago, there was a young guy by the name of Troy Edwards from Louisiana Tech who had over 400 yards. That's over 400 yards in one game against Nebraska. A couple of weeks ago, it was number 5, Quincy Morgan, who did Nebraska in 199 yards and 2 touchdowns. Javon Green is looking forward to having a big day, and he's going to be the challenge for the Nebraska secondary. Brad?
No doubt about that. We look forward to that. So does Gary Barnett and Frank Solich. Their teams are ready. So are we. We'll be right back.
Hello, Mr. Buffalo. Thank you for the nice gift pack of beef jerky. Beef jerky.
Thank you. Gee, wish I could take credit, but I didn't send you all any jerky.
You didn't?
Well, no. The last gift I sent you was that box of filet mignons about 2 months ago. Y'all got that, didn't you?
Shipping internationally.
Y'all there?
Next time, use FedEx and be absolutely sure.
Hello?
I was home, homeward bound. Home, where my thoughts escaping. Home, where my music plays.
New MSN Explorer. Everything you need to feel at home on the web, all in one place.
Good morning, everybody. This is your captain speaking. We'll soon be flying nonstop to Tampa, so just sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
It changed the rules. And with each innovation...
This is a national sales alert from Dodge. Effective immediately, you can get low 0.9 financing for 60 months on 2000 Dodge Dakota and Dodge Durango. You can now save over $4,000 on Dakota and save more than $5,600 on Durango. You can still get 0.9 shorter-term financing on 2001 Dodge Ram or up to $2,000 cash allowance.
Magnum Power. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Nebraska has won the toss and deferred, so Colorado will get the football first. Bright, sunshiny day. It's in the 30s. Could reach 50, though. Perfect day for football here on the day after Thanksgiving. Back deep, Cedric Cormier and Matt Brunson awaiting the kick to Chase Long. And we're underway. And the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be Colorado now from the 35-yard line. Here's Craig Oaks, the guy that Bob was talking about. 1,500 plus yards, already third in passing yardage among true freshman quarterbacks around the country. Fairview High School this time last year in Boulder, Colorado. A longtime Buff fan, and he's ready to make his first start on the road in this stadium. He's been here before.
He likes to study, likes to prepare. Steve Marshall, the offensive line coach, was at Tennessee with Peyton Manning and compares him favorably to what Peyton did in his early years at Tennessee as far as studying and preparation of the game.
I said he's been here before. That was with his dad, though, as a 15-year-old fan. Now he's a starting quarterback. And number one set to take his first snap here from the 35-yard line. On the ground, Buffaloes are going to lose a yard. Cortland Johnson hit by Randy Stella first, and then he got help from his friends, a lot of them. Let's take a look at the Chili's starting lineup. The big uns up front. Ashworth has moved from a tight end to a tackle and become a good one. Bates, Gray, Gerard, and Rogers round out the front wall for Colorado. Cortland Johnson, we saw him have a great game in this one last year against Nebraska with over 100 yards. Nemeth leads the way. Graham's the tight end. Minardi and Javon Green, the wide receivers. Smalley's already mentioned. Green, their leader, fourth all-time at Colorado, and has 43 catches coming into this one. 4 wideouts for Oaks. Fires, intercepted by Carlos Polk. Polk down the sideline. The defensive captain is going to score. Touchdown, Nebraska. Oh, what a start for the Black Shirts. 39 yards, touchdown. First interception of the year for Carlos Polk, and he takes it to the end zone. One of the seniors you saw being introduced.
What a way to start the last game of your senior season.
Wow. Excessive celebration penalty is going to make it a long extra point. And Greg Oaks being comforted after his first pass at Memorial Stadium.
The problem there was he looked that way the entire time, and Polk, a fifth-year senior, read the eyes of the true freshman quarterback.
Josh Brown will try a 35-yard extra point. Hayden failed to hold. And a kick out of the way and good. 2 offensive plays, and Nebraska, without taking a snap on offense, leads by a touchdown.
Here's Hollowell. He's just going to run a little curl right here. The linebacker, Polk, is right here. He's going to come back. But watch the eyes of the quarterback. Right here. Look where he's looking. He's looking right over here. Watch the linebacker as he slides over, reads the eyes, and picks it off.
One tackle to break, and he broke it.
Yeah, he wasn't going to get tackled by the quarterback.
Wasn't going to get tackled by the quarterback. Ran right over Oaks on his way to the end zone.
Well, after a big loss 2 weeks ago at Kansas State, this black-shirted defense for the Nebraska Cornhuskers wants to redeem themselves and have a good game, and that's a great way to start it.
First career touchdown for number 13. And Chase Long set to kick again. Just did this a minute ago. Less than a minute ago. His kick will stay inbounds. Cormier from the 3-yard line. Cormier gets assaulted at about the 23. And that's where Colorado will go to work. So Carlos Polk said, we're going to do it for the seniors today. Boy, did he ever.
We know that we don't have a shot at the national championship, the Big 12 championship. That's out of our hands now. You know, now it's time for us just to go out there and play football and, you know, play for the guy next to you. Because, you know, some guys, this might be the last time they, you know, ever put on pads. You know, for all of us seniors, is the last time we're going to play in this stadium.
It won't be the last time he'll put pads on.
Yeah.
From the 23, Colorado out to about the 27-yard line. Scott Nemeth, the fullback. Let's take a look at the Chili's defensive front. Kelsey, Lohr, Kaiser, Vanden Bosch, their senior defensive captain, leads the team in quarterback hurries and sacks. Shanley, Polk, who just took it to the house, and Randy Stella, the linebackers. And the secondary looks like this. Craver, Watchorn, Joe Walker, DeJuan Gross round out the back four for the black shirts. Second down and 5. Oaks' second pass of the day. Plenty of time. He'll run with it instead. Tucks it away. Got to the 32. Looks like he's about a yard short of the first down.
Mentioned. Well, let's take a look at the Dell Game Solutions. For Colorado offensively, they got to air it out. They just got to wing it. Throw the football. Defensively for Nebraska, stuff and based Oaks, and they've already well, we keep it with the theme of, of the season here. Offensively, gobble up the yards. That means run the football for Nebraska.
They've stuffed, they've basted, and Carlos Polk gobbled already. And they're gobbling some more, and it's Vanden Bosch.
I mentioned the black shirts of Nebraska defensively. That's a term that's it's an honor for the defensive guys to get a black shirt in practice. And it's you have to work long and hard and be a starter to get that. It's not that I don't see the red shirt in it.
That's right. It is a long-time honor.
Yes,
Vanden Bosch, you saw come out with 3 fingers up. That's a 3 and out. And they force the punt. Jeremy Flores to kick. And Joe Walker back deep for Nebraska. Return set up by the Huskers. Wobbly high kick. Walker takes it. Got one block, trying to get outside, and he's going backward.
Good coverage.
And he's tackled way back at the 32-yard line. Anwan Jones down there. He washed 5 on the return of a 32-yard punt. 12 minutes and 4 seconds remaining first quarter. Nebraska on offense when we come back.
Introducing Chili's baby back ribs. To go.
About a yard short. Bring it up 4th and 1.
Get in, get out, get on with your life.
We can expect
Amy?
in the coming months is Director of Product Development, Paul Noon.
Got it. Nortel Networks is building the new high-performance internet, the wireless internet, with optical technology that makes it faster.
Overall, this has been an exciting
and more
year.
reliable.
But the next few months will mark the beginning of a new Gesundheit.
Come together.
In fact, with technology changing
over me.
Want the lowdown on Dodge Durango? Here's where it's best-in-class Magnum V8 power.
This is a national sales alert from Dodge. Effective immediately, you can get low 0.9 financing for 60 months on 2000 Dodge Durango. You can now save more than $5,600 or get up to $2,000 cash allowance. We now return you to your regularly scheduled commercial.
See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
So there's this beef tenderloin, and Chili's asked, what if we flame grilled it and served it with awesome blossom strings and called it ranch hand filet? And the people said, yeah, I could dig that. And here we are.
The family has always put in the forefront to protect the quality and the standards set by Adolphus Busch.
The deep sense of pride that my grandfather taught me, that my father continues to teach me.
I think he would be very happy that the generations of his family have practiced what he taught us.
Fakes the handoff, rolling right, pressured by McDaniel, shovels it forward. Oh, Green, touchdown, diving grab, Amon Green.
Colorado down by 7 to Nebraska. Nebraska hasn't snapped the ball on offense yet, but they will here from the 32-yard line. We're going to see Eric Crouch in a shotgun. Don't see that much, and he'll run it off the left side, and Eric Crouch almost a first down on his first run. That almost looked like a Northwestern type of offense on their first play. And Eric Crouch, his percentage has been dropping down. He has not been throwing the ball that well in the last 3 or 4 weeks. Still a dual threat with those 17 rushing touchdowns, as well as 11 through the air. And he's a good one, but he's been a little bit banged up in the last month.
He has. Not only is he the 5th rated passer in the conference, but he is the 5th rated runner as a quarterback. He's up around all the other running backs.
Here's Dan Alexander for the first down. The senior I-back takes it out to the 46-yard line. That'll be a first down behind this Chili's front wall. Here's the big eaters: Vogt, Fanotti, Raiola, Hochstein, and Schwab. And Raiola and Hochstein already have been named on several All-American teams. We mentioned Dan Alexander, over 1,000 yards. Willie Miller, Wistrom the tight end, Davison and Newcomb the wide receivers, and Dan Alexander with 1,056 before that last carry. First down carry it was. He'll take it again. This time brought down after a short gain. Got a yard, maybe 2. Jay-Sean Sykes, number 7, in on the stop defensively for Colorado. And here's how that Colorado defense looks up front. Anwan Jones, Justin Bannon, Sean Jarney, and Brady McDonald up front. The linebacking core: Killian, Sykes, and Masoni. Sykes made the first tackle of the game. The secondary, the corners are a little bit nervous at times. Strickland, Robinson, Lewis, and Jackson. Robinson and Lewis. The safeties are excellent. But right now, Colorado's worried about their cornerbacks. On the option, fumble. McGowan's going to be scooped up by Colorado.
If Crouch doesn't knock him down, he's in the end zone.
Brady McDonald, the captain on defense, has just scooped up an errant option pitch.
It's the shades of last year when Nebraska had problems with fumbles. Crouch has not been pitching the ball a lot this year. On the option, he's been keeping it most of the time. But this here, he tries to pitch it to Alexander. And if Crouch doesn't get over there to make this play, he's in the end zone.
No doubt about it. Crouch really had to duck that sore shoulder to make that hit.
Not many fumbles this year as compared to last year.
But as we were talking about last night, they don't pitch it as much, we don't think, and that might be part of the problem, or part of the reason. At the 27, at any rate, Colorado with a great opportunity here. Johnson, Cortland Johnson into the secondary, inside the 15, and he's bumped out of bounds. It's 1st and goal, Colorado at the 8-yard line. Victor Rogers got a beautiful block out in front, and Johnson takes it all the way down to the 8.
That's just a well-executed running play right there. And I'm sure that Nebraska defensively is expecting him to throw. That's Gerard and Rogers, the 2 linemen on the right side of the line, coming around, and he doesn't run into anybody until he gets near the 5-yard line.
So it's 1st and goal, Colorado. Trying to tie this thing up early in an exciting opening 4 minutes. Johnson may be down just outside the 5.
Johnson, the ball carrier. Stopped on the play.
Somebody's hurt down there for the Nebraska.
And holding a knee.
Huskers.
Might be. Well, we're not going to.
Yeah, it's not.
Is it Carlos Pope?
I don't know, but it's the numbers of the players that are up walking around. It's good to see those numbers.
I think it's Carlos Pope there.
Never like to see this.
Middle linebacker who scored the first time he touched it. It is him.
He is the leading tackler on that defense and the unquestioned leader emotionally of that at ball club.
Rockford, Illinois senior, as Bob said, the leading tackler, and they're helping him up. Swanee?
Carlos, a very emotional guy and just one of the great gamesmen. Keeps a lot of games in the locker room. He challenges all of his players. In pregame warm-up today, he came out and he was especially emotional. He was going through the drills, and that spike he saw at the end of his touchdown was something he was doing a lot, trying to fire up his game. He's got several missions in this ball game, and one of the reasons why he's playing so intensely, he wanted to make sure that all the seniors who are walk-ons, who don't get much of a chance to play, have a real opportunity to play this afternoon. That won't happen unless Nebraska dominates.
You saw him run off on his own power. He wasn't going to be helped to the sideline. 2nd and goal at the 5. Oaks looking to throw on the run and throws it away. Smart move.
It was, because there was nobody open. Good coverage by Nebraska, and nobody was open. Take a look. Let's go ahead and roll the telestrator and look downfield. The receiver's on the right side. We'll stop it right here. Coverage here, and coverage here. That's a smart thing for a true freshman to do on the road. Give it up. Sometimes you hang on to plays too long. Give it up and come back and try to work the next one.
Live to play another day.
There you go.
3rd and goal at the 5. Both wideouts tight to the near side. Johnson flushes out to empty that backfield. Oaks is in trouble. He's going to go down. Jamie Burrow in with a sack.
And he's in for Carlos Polk. And he's getting an opportunity to play early in this game because of the injury to Carlos.
So what looked like a possible touchdown in the making is going to turn into a field goal attempt.
You got to take advantage quickly. This Nebraska defense is ranked 20th in the nation, and they're not going to fool around. If you don't get to them and take advantage of it, you're going to pay for it.
Mark Mariscal is 6 out of 13 on the year. Going to try a 29-yard field goal. Mariscal trying to put Colorado on the board, and he can't. He missed it. Well, Colorado can't do anything with a turnover. They still trail by a touchdown.
One automotive innovation after another.
This is a national sales alert from Dodge. Effective immediately, get 0 APR financing for 60 months on 2000 Dodge Intrepid, which can save you over $5,000. Or get a $2,000 cash allowance on 2000 Intrepid. You can still get 0.9 short-term financing or a $1,500 cash allowance on 2000 Dodge Neon. We now return you to your regularly scheduled commercial.
See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
The Thanksgiving weekend sale means lowest tire prices of the year on selected Michelin, Goodyear, Pirelli, and more. So don't forget to give your wheels something nice at the most important time of the year. Sears. Give the good life at a great price, guaranteed.
Hey there. Time for a holiday. So switch off your computers and take a national holiday with National Car Rental. Spend some time with National Heroes. Or visit a national treasure. Or join the National Football League. But wherever you go, let National Car Rental get you there fast. With special low rates on compacts for only $149 per week in Florida and $159 per week nationwide. National Car Rental, what are you waiting for? Let's go!
This Saturday at Sears, we open extra early, and we've marked on prices extra low. From 8 until noon, take 10% off everything, even sale prices. So don't fool around. It's the most important time of the year.
Colorado had a golden opportunity after the fumble recovery, but they stall at the 5 and they miss the field goal. Gary Barnett can't be happy about that. They trail 7-0, and now it's the Cornhuskers from their own 20. Here's a toss. Alexander jumps through the hole and got out to about the 24-yard line. We invite you to stay with ABC Sports this Thanksgiving weekend. Going to have some great golf action coming up for you. Colin Montgomery, Fred Couples, Sergio Garcia, all going head-to-head and hole-to-hole with $1 million up for grabs. It's a skins game. Coverage starts tomorrow, 1 Eastern, 4 Pacific, here on ABC. Pickup of 4 for Alexander. 2nd down at 6, and again we see Eric Crouch in that shotgun. And he'll keep it and run behind Alexander, weaving his way close to a first down. Eric looks like he's about a half-yard shy. Michael Lewis is safety in on the stop.
Nebraska offensively is going to 2 different types. They're substituting 3 and 4 players each play. They're going to a power set on one play, and then they'll spread the offense. Frank Solich was telling us yesterday, he says if you can't run with your power, then you spread them out across the field, and then maybe run. You still run your option with that game.
Now they got the power group in there on a 3rd down and 1. And power they go for the first down behind the left guard, and a first down out across the 31-yard line. So 8th-ranked Nebraska looking for the 32nd year for a 9-win campaign. Come into this one 8-2, trying to improve their bowl standing, and they take on the Colorado Buffaloes, who haven't beaten them in 8 years and are not off to a good start. This was the first pass play of the ball game by Craig Oaks, the freshman, and Carlos Polk, senior defensive captain for Nebraska, took it 39 yards for a touchdown. That's where we stand.
That was a nervous throw by that freshman.
Sure was. Here's Alexander, stood up at the line. Nice job by Colorado defensively. Killian made the stop from his linebacker spot. And there's Carlos Polk on the sideline, had his knee rolled up. And you see they've got a sleeve on it already. And Bob, we got a replay, I think, that shows what happened to him.
Yeah, this is, you know, it's never pretty when somebody rolls up on your knee. And this is where it is right there. That's his leg right there, the red stocking. I think it's Gerard, number 65. It's just going to roll up on it.
And it's not meant to go that way.
You know, when you get in a pile like that, there's nothing you can do. You're really unprotected.
2nd down, 12. Crouch comes up throwing and got Davison out at the 39-yard line. Matt Davison, a pickup of 8.
You know, we're talking to Frank Solich yesterday. He's not only the head coach, but the offensive coordinator. And he was saying that, you know, Crouch has not been throwing the ball well. They've lost 2 of their last 3 games, so they're going to change things up a little bit. He told me that play calling is, I said, you have to watch a lot. He said, yeah, but that's the fun of it. He said, I enjoy doing that. So that's the fun of the game, is calling the plays.
This is their 9th run against that one pass, and that run didn't get him the first down. Sean Jarney makes a nice play on Dan Alexander, and it's 4th down and 2. Good job by Colorado. And so Nebraska will have to give it up. Back deep, John Minardi, one of the wide receivers.
Colorado is 2nd in the nation in returning punts.
They've always been good at that.
Yes, they have. Ben Kelly last year, Minardi, and also Javon Hollowell, the small wide receiver, has returned the punt.
Hayden fell to punt. If he gets it away, and he doesn't, it's blocked by Colorado, and they'll cover it at the 24-yard line. Boy, a total breakdown there. There were 5 white shirts around there. I think Jeff Brunson is the guy that got the block.
And any one of 5 or 6 guys could have picked it up maybe and run it in.
The 3rd block punt by Colorado this year. So another big opportunity for them if they can capitalize on offense.
Over here, take a look. He's going to come in from the right side. It's going to be a sea of white. Number 49 just gets inside the outside protector and blocks it. Hayden felt, and nobody lays a hand on him. 5 guys could have picked this ball up and run it in. They just fell on it.
Brunson's the guy that covered it, blocked it, and at the 23-yard line, the offense goes to work. Play action, bootleg. Oaks looking to throw, finally does, and skips it off the hands of the intended receiver and the defensive back.
Oaks is going to go back in the huddle. He's going to say, look to his receivers and say, hey, guys, come on.
Get open.
Somebody's got to get open here.
The intended receiver was Graham, the tight end, and it was Scott Shanley, the outside linebacker, who made the play and actually got his hand on it. So Oaks is off to an 0-for-3 start with an interception.
I'm sure that Solich is thinking, you know, the last punt we got blocked, we lost the game over in Norman against Oklahoma.
I think they have to respot the ball here. It's at the 23-yard line is where the stick is set on the far side. So 2nd down and 10 at the 23. And Cortland Johnson spins inside the 20, got about 4. Vanden Bosch in on the tackle. Swanee, you got more on Carlos Polk?
Well, they took him off the field. He was on the sideline laying down. They were working on his right knee, comparing it to his left knee, trying to see what kind of flex is in there. The Nebraska head athletic trainers and staff, they do not give injury information to anyone on the sideline. They took him into the locker room. He looked like he was okay when he was standing up in terms of it not being a great deal of pain. But we'll have a stronger indication as to how severe an injury he has as to when he comes out in this first half.
We'll keep an eye on it. 3rd down and 6. Oates looking to throw if he can get it away. Now he's got some green in front of him. pump fakes, and he's going to be taken down from behind by Joe Walker from his safety spot. And so again, third down fails Colorado, and they can't find anybody open, or at least Oaks can't.
Nobody open, and Oaks looks like he's just going in like half motion. Everybody's up to speed, and Craig is just looking into the sun on the road in a hostile environment for the first time, and he's playing about half speed the other guys are right now.
So Mariscal, who missed a 29-yard field goal, is going to try a 37-yard kick here. He's got a better spot more to the middle of the field, and it's blocked, and Nebraska's got it, and they're going the other way with it. Down the sideline, it's Kelsey. Kelsey's got it all the way to the 26. Randy Stella blocked it. Yeah, we're having a block party today.
Yeah, block party. But just as the punt was blocked the same way, Stella's going to get inside the wingman and block the punt. Right there, he gets his hand up. Great effort. Kelsey on the other side picks it up. This is a real art of blocking kicks. You got it. There's certain guys that are good at it, and Stella is one of them.
So that's Nebraska on offense with a touchdown lead, and here's Eric Crouch, and he's going to take it. Eric Crouch, touchdown. A beautiful hole opened up on the left side, and you could see that one coming 27 yards away. His 18th rushing touchdown of the year. So finally someone does something with a block kick, and in this case it's the Cornhuskers. They're about to take a 2-touchdown lead if Josh Brown hits the point after. And he's got it up and good. 4:48 remaining first quarter, and the block field goal leads to an Eric Crouch touchdown. 14-0 Huskers.
They're the largest creatures on Earth. They've adapted and evolved with strength and determination. The kind of strength that helps the Pacific Life family of companies manage more than $300 billion for its clients. And determination that has guided Pacific Life for 130 years. Size, strength, longevity, offering annuities, insurance and investments. Use the power of Pacific Life.
Two eyes see the same world. No two businesses are identical. And now, one company creates internet solutions unique to you. Fujitsu. The possibilities are infinite.
Big on taste, but low on cash? Try the new 99-cent BK Cravers menu from Burger King. 8 mouth-watering choices at an unbelievable price. Like the delicious flame-broiled Bullseye Barbecue Deluxe Burger, tasty chicken tender sandwich, or cheesy mozzarella sticks. Just 99 cents every day at Burger King, where you can get great-tasting food every day. Got the urge?
6 tons of ice, 3 long, cold days, and only one way out. David Blaine, ABC Wednesday at 10, 9 Central.
Nebraska with a defensive touchdown, and now an Eric Crouch touchdown that's moved him into the number 3 spot all-time in total offense. And Tommy Frazier and Jerry Taggy very much in his sights. He just passed Dave Humm. Humm did most of his humming it with that left arm. Crouch does a lot of it with his legs.
And Crouch has another year left.
Yep. Long's kick. 3 yards deep for Hollowell. He'll bring it out. Hollowell across the 20, cartwheels his way to about the 23-yard line. College football on ABC Sports, brought to you by Dodge and nearly 3,000 dealers who invite you to come see what's different. Burger King, got the urge? Tostitos, dig in, kick back, stay all season. And Pacific Life. Annuities, insurance, investments. Use the power of Pacific Life. I think this is Finotti that's loading up on about a half a pound of bird just on. Look at this plate yesterday. That's one of the big eaters.
Hey, that was his second helping.
That was his second plate. That's right. Here's Oaks rolling out. He'll keep it. And he's going to get a first down. So his first positive play of the day for Craig Oaks, about an 11-yard run.
Go back to the touchdown. Watch the block of Wistrom right here as he's going to come down and block the linebacker right there. Now, the big lineman right there, Finotti, we were just talking about, he doesn't look, he didn't have anybody to block. He's looking around. The fullback blocks him. I tell you, when you got big guys running through holes like that size,
yep.
He's 235 pounds.
There's Raul, the All-American as well. At the 33 now. Colorado down 2 touchdowns. Cortland Johnson in the open field. Johnson, good-looking run out across the 45 to the 46. We'll give him 12 or 13 before Randy Stella can bring him down. Cortland Johnson, as we mentioned, had a big game in this matchup last year. 25 carries, 135 yards for him in that very close ball game that went to overtime a year ago in the cold in Boulder.
Yeah, he's the leading rusher for the Buffaloes coming in. And the other running back that was helping him early in the season, the true freshman Marcus Houston, out for the year with a hip flexor.
That means Bobby Purify is the backup now, and there he goes. And Purify goes for 8 yards. He's a true freshman as well. So the running back situation looking good for the future for Colorado.
You got that right. And with Oaks, this kid, the young freshman, true freshman quarterback, that Gary Barnett says, you know, he is the best player on our ball club. A true freshman, and you've got a running back, Marcus Houston, that we're talking about, and the rest of the running backs. It seems to me like the skill positions are pretty well set for the next couple of years.
Absolutely. At the 45, second down and 2. And it's Johnson. Be close, but I think he's a couple feet short. Scott Shanley having a good game in that outside linebacker spot. The sophomore made the stop. You're talking about Marcus Houston. They're so high on him, the freshman tailback who had the hip flexor muscle tear in the 4th quarter against Washington, and Gary Barnett is hoping that they can get a medical red shirt on him because he didn't play more than 20% of the team's plays this year.
Yep. It's a young team. In fact, Barnett brought a lot of the players, the young players, to this game today just to get them to see the environment on the road at Nebraska.
3rd in the yard. Whoa. 3rd in the yard, and Brandon Drum just got banged.
Took a step forward and 3 back.
He sure did. he might have gotten a first down with forward progress. He ran into Jason Lohr, and as Bob said, he had about a yard forward and then 3 back before he fell down. And no, I don't think he got it now. They spotted back at just inside the 44. And so it looks like 4th down and a couple of feet, and Colorado's going to go for it.
Here's a look at the line of scrimmage.
Boom.
There's just nothing there. There was no penetration one way or the other, but there was just a line there.
4th down. Colorado goes for it here, down 2 touchdowns. Cortland Johnson, I don't know, second effort got it for him.
Yes.
Troy Watchorn hit him in the backfield, and Cortland Johnson spun away and got a first down. So they put it down just outside the 42, and you'll see our 1st and 10 line presented by Pacific Life is right about down at the 32-yard line. Victor Rogers is the injured player, the right tackle.
He's had some injury problems this year with a knee. He had a week off to prepare for this game, and it looks like it. I didn't think it's. He didn't get up like he had a knee problem.
Nope. Gonna take his time coming off,
hit
though.
In the stomach or something. Yeah.
Minute 45 left in the quarter. And coming up tonight, reminder, ABC invites you to start a new tradition with a special family edition of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. See parents and their kids go for the million. That's tonight at 9, 8 Central on ABC. Right after that, we're going to have a show that says who's going to keep the money if the kids and the parents both win.
Who gets the money?
That's right. 7th play of the Colorado drive. Play action. Oaks, the slant, tipped, almost intercepted. And a penalty marker down in the backfield. We might have a roughing the passer penalty. Oaks took a shot back there. I think he got Vandenboshed.
I think
the pass
you're right,
was
partner.
incomplete, intended for Javon Green.
Ball was a little high, could have been caught, but I think you're right on the call about roughing the passer.
Terry Turlington, our referee, retiring after the season.
Automatic first down.
So this will be Terry's last game at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, and he's on a lot of them here, and it was a roughing the passer. So Oaks will take the first down any way he can get him, as he got Kyle Vandenbosch on that last play. And Vandenbosch will take your head off sometimes after the play.
Well, you know,
take your leg off,
well,
actually.
and it really, he was thrown into him by the blocker that was over there on that side, the tight end, Sipnewski, number 47. So it really wasn't anything intentional.
So it's a first down at the 27 for the Buffalo. Trailing 14-0. Toss sweep. Cortland Johnson. Boy, he had an opening. Took a big shot in the secondary and still got almost 10 yards.
It's impressive running.
Very nice running.
This Nebraska defense is 19th in the nation against the run, only allowing 105 yards a game.
He might have gotten the first down. He did.
Colorado already has nearly 60 yards rushing in the first quarter. Great hole there.
So first down at the 17. Colorado's been down here several times. They had a missed field goal and a blocked field goal. Now they got a first down again at the 17. Two tight ends set. Here's Oaks rolling, wide open. Green in front of him. He overthrew his receiver, and it's almost intercepted. DeJuan Gross almost had a gift in the end zone. Oaks may have been better left to run that football.
Yeah, well, it's a play that a lot of teams are running. And he was outside the pocket. He's trying to hit the tight end as he's going to roll out this way. Now, there's not many people open, but there is an opening just a little. He's trying to get the ball right here and just overthrows it. You know, it was open for a little bit, and he knew it. He said, I got to throw it well. I'm on the run, and he's just not settled down yet.
He's 0 for 5. Whoops, and a pitch to nobody. The whistle had blown.
The tailback didn't move because he heard the whistle.
Vandenbosch was licking his chops there trying to get to that football. But the whistle had stopped play.
And what the Buffs and Barnett needs, and he knows it, is a completion by his young quarterback on the road. Steve Watson, the offensive coordinator, calling the plays, and you know, there aren't many easy things against this Nebraska defense, but the quarterback needs to get into some rhythm and some positive flow.
He'd take any kind of completion.
Yeah,
right
you know, 0 or 5 and an interception. That's not a good way to start.
3 wide receivers for him here, including Hollowell, who's in motion. On a 2nd and 15. Oaks trying to fly one out there to Hollowell, and that's incomplete.
And that is an easy throw. I mean, they're trying to get the easy things to him. Hollowell just wasn't wide enough. They got the ball snapped too quickly. The timing, all these little things, the back was in motion. The little things, he should have been a little bit wider before he snapped the football.
So now they face a 3rd and 15. And the way they've been kicking the football, they would love to pick up that 15 because the kicks certainly aren't automatic. One is missed and one's been stuffed.
Then the next thought is you may not even go for it. If you pick up 7 or 8, 10 yards here.
Try it again, huh?
You may just go for it on 4th down.
Just under a minute left in the quarter, and Colorado is still looking for a 3rd down conversion. This is a long one. Oaks hit as he thrown, and we might have interference now on that hit. That one, Keo Craver met the receiver before the ball got there.
It was very close, but I think it was a little bit before the ball arrived.
Minardi was the intended receiver. Craver, the junior cornerback, who's a good one.
Yeah, Oaks gets hit by Vandenbosch, who's making his presence felt back there in the backfield.
First down.
And a first down by penalty. So they had A late hit on the quarterback by Vanden Bosch, and now the pass interference on Craver, and that's helping him move down the field a little bit. And the first down is really where the original line of scrimmage was. So first down again at the 17 for the second time on this drive. Two tight ends in there, Graham and Sipnewski. And Cortland Johnson's been the only bright spot on offense so far, and here he comes. And runs into a pile of red. Got about 2 to the 15. Jeremy Slechta made first contact along with Lauren Kaiser.
Well, you look at what Colorado has done on their first 4 possessions. They were intercepted, and then they got a punt off, missed a field goal, and then had a punt blocked. I mean, a field goal blocked that was returned by Kelsey to set up Nebraska's first score. And 2 of those possessions, they started with great field position inside Nebraska's territory.
Again, 2 tight ends and the fullback Nemus in a slot. Here's a play fake. Oaks flares it out there, completes one finally, and got it down to the 14-yard line. Not a big gain. Graham is tight end, and right there to meet him was Scott Shanley. But he gets his first completion at the last play of the first quarter. And Colorado trailing the Nebraska Cornhuskers at the end of one, 14-0.
Hello? Server? Got it.
Total participation. And this means everyone, all working to make sure you get the absolute best experience possible.
Mr. Thurber, you're all set.
5-star. So demanding, only our best retailers make the cut. It's better. We'll prove it. Only where you see these signs.
This holiday season, I wish for peace on Earth.
I wish for fog lights and some seat covers.
Pep Boys has over 75 different tool sets, like this one, only $9.99. And gift certificates, too. Pep Boys, one more reason. Cars like us, people love us.
It all comes down to this. Ball, the 14-yard line. No timeouts left.
Tostitos? The exhilarating taste of new spicy quesadilla Tostitos chips. It's fun for everyone. Dig in, kick back, Tostitos.
This holiday season, I wish for peace on Earth.
I wish for fog lights and some seat covers.
Pep Boys has what guys want. Automotive electronics like this CD stereo and speaker combo at $99.99. Pep Boys, one more reason. Cars like us, people love us.
It's Ford truck season at your Ford dealer.
It's truck season. You need to be in a Ford. Ford trucks are the toughest trucks built.
Right now, lease the 2001 F-150 for just $299 a month. America's best-selling truck. That's $299 a month. Even get $1,500 cash back on all 2000 F-150s during truck season.
I'd rather buy a Ford than have another truck given to me. I get what I pay for.
Best trucks are built Ford tough. It's truck season. See your neighborhood Ford dealer.
The future of flight and how it will affect you. Tomorrow at 11 on Channel 2 Action News.
Eighth-ranked Nebraska leading Colorado by 2 touchdowns, but the Buffaloes again in scoring territory, but again facing a third down, a long 6. 12th play of the Buffaloes drive. 5 wideouts for the freshman Oaks. And here comes a blitz. Throws in a hurry, incomplete. And no flag that time on Shanley, who ran over Hollowell.
Yeah, Oaks is just not throwing well. He's not moving his feet, not setting his feet. There was a receiver open. He just needs to settle down a little bit. And it's not surprising that a true freshman would come into this environment, Brad, and struggle early.
Yeah, they're going to try another field goal. Mark Mariscal has had a day to forget so far. This will be a 32-yard attempt. Missed one and had one blocked. This one he's got airborne. And not only that, he got it through.
They almost had it blocked, though.
It was close. Mariscal hits from 32, and the Buffaloes on the board. So they had a drive that had a little bit of everything. Some pretty good running by Cortland Johnson. a pass interference and a roughing the quarterback call that went in their favor. And they march it down the field and get 3.
But at least they're on the board. Now they can start building from that. Some momentum has come over to their side.
Gary Barnett's team that had the early wake-up call this morning. Swanee, they're thinking about maybe doing that in the future. You were hearing, right?
Well, that's what I talked to Gary Barnett, and I talked to several of the guys on the football team. And at Northwestern, Gary's team always stayed at the university, practiced there, had security of their practice, and left late in the evenings. The only team they didn't do that for was Penn State, because you had to land in Harrisburg and take about a 2.5-hour bus trip. But in the Big 12, his longest trip is only about 1 hour and 30 minutes. And he relayed that message to his players to calm them down, to get them to know that, hey, this is no big deal. But the one thing I think is a big deal is that they're an hour earlier at Boulder.
Yep.
So when they kicked off at 11 o'clock, it was like 10 o'clock for them. When they had the pregame meal at 7 o'clock, well, that's like 6 o'clock in the morning for them. So they might not have the edge they normally have in the afternoon.
They had breakfast earlier than we did, I'll tell you that
much. They may not have
had
steak.
Here's the kick. Mariscal knocks it deep. Joe Walker takes a knee 7 yards in the end zone, and Nebraska will work from the 20-yard line. Coming up, Monday Night Football. It'll be Brett Favre and the Packers traveling to Charlotte to take on the Carolina Panthers live at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. And reminder on Sunday night on ESPN at 8:30 Eastern, the Giants try to straighten their ship out a little bit. They'll travel to Phoenix to take on the Cardinals, who are struggling on defense. Giants coach Jim Fassel this week says, I guarantee this team's going to be in the playoffs.
It seemed to me like Jim Fassel was ranting and raving a little bit at the media up there.
Yeah, I think so too. It gets to you after a while.
Yeah.
Here comes Buckhalter down the sideline. He's getting to the Colorado secondary. All the way to the 42, almost the 43-yard line. So Corral Buckhalter, another one of the senior I-backs.
The offensive line sets it up. Finotti is 77. Volk is 58. They come around. Volk gets a nice block right there. You're going to see it up close right here. Buckholder just following those 2 big guys. And why wouldn't you?
Boy, that's a good look, isn't it?
One of the best offensive lines in the country.
It looked like the old Green Bay Packers wearing red on that sweep. Here's Crouch coming up firing, and incomplete. Davison was the closest man, and Eric Crouch going, hey, my fault.
Yeah.
Threw that one too far.
Yeah.
Wistrom was the intended receiver. He came into the game tied with Matt Davison for the top spot as far as number of receptions. Davison has a catch in this one. Wistrom does not so far.
And in the 2 losses, 2 of the last 3 games that Nebraska has played, they've had guys opportunities to make plays in the passing game, but haven't done it.
I'll try play action here down the middle. That one's too high, and Wistrom was the intended receiver. And a nice drop by the linebacker, Aaron Killian, who got a hand on it.
Now, everybody plays Nebraska. Most everybody plays it defensively the same way, and that is 7, 8, 9 guys in the box to stop the run. And you've got a lot of single coverage on the outside. Everybody gangs inside to stop the Nebraska run, and they try and throw the single coverage downfield. Wistrom that time not getting open to receive the football.
Here we'll see Crouch in the gun again as they spread their formation on a 3rd down and 10. Might have some motion. Crouch fakes a shovel pass. I thought the tailback was out too early.
Ball carried by Crouch.
But no flags on the play, and they drop Eric Crouch, and Colorado's defense does a nice job again. Killian had a nice series there as outside linebacker spot.
Colorado defensively is like 99th in the country in overall defense, but as Gary Barnett was saying, this game is special. The guys treat this game a little bit differently. It's a red letter game with Barnett when he got back last year. Reestablished it as a special game for the Buffaloes.
Wanted to take it back to Bill McCartney's days when Coach Mack kind of started that. Remember, they blocked the last one. This time, Haydenfeld gets the kick away. Dan Minardi camps under it at the 14-yard line. Minardi found a little alley. Nice return out to the 29. 15-yard run back, and Colorado's got it back on offense, trailing 14-3 when we come back.
Down by number 92, Justin Smith. get ready for a rush of adrenaline only Pontiac can deliver. It's time to get your $500 holiday bonus for $1,250 total cash back on any 2001 Grand Prix. So get to your Pontiac dealer and light up the season.
Have your bags been in your possession since you packed them? Did you know your company's stock just jumped 13%?
No.
Did you know Geldman got food poisoning and can't make the meeting?
What?
Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to check your email before you board.
How?
Here. It's the Sprint PCS Wireless Web for Business. You can access your company's network, use email, share information in real time. And the calls are clear.
Thanks.
Thank him.
The Sprint PCS Clear Wireless Workplace. Because business can't wait.
Mom, Dad, hey, it's me, Steve. This year, to avoid any confusion, I'm putting my wish list on video. All I want is a computer. Now, hold on, Dad. It's just $849 for all this. A Dell computer, speakers, monitor, 1-year AOL membership, an Intel Pentium 3 processor, which is awesome. I even cleared space for it. And Dell will throw in a free DVD upgrade. And Dad, I know how much you'll love free stuff. Mom, Dell's won more awards for service and support than any other computer company. And you don't even have to leave the house. All you have to do is call or go online. Anywho, happy holidays, your son, Steven.
Get what you want this holiday. A great computer with an Intel Pentium 3 processor and a free gift. All for $849. Call or go to Dell4me.com now.
Couples, Singh, Garcia, Montgomery. A friendly game of golf with $1 million up for grabs. The Skins Game, Saturday on ABC.
He got Nebraska their first touchdown on an interception return. He's their defensive captain. He hurt his knee on the next series, but a guy that's got a pet crocodile you can't keep down. Carlos Polk is back in the lineup for Nebraska. And there's the play on the first pass by Oaks. 39-yard return for the touchdown to make it 7-0. And he's back out there. Wounded wheel and all. Here's Oaks. He'll keep it and go down. And it's Vandenbosch who's having a huge game. Those two defensive captains, Polk, Vandenbosch, Kaiser's the other defensive captain, and all of them have raised some havoc today so far.
Yeah. Victor Rogers is back at offensive tackle for Colorado also. He went out a little earlier shaken up.
Second down and long. Here comes a blitz. Oaks comes up fire. Nice catch. Snatched out of the air at the 34-yard line by Cedric Cormier. And a pickup to 6. Probably the best pass that Craig's thrown today so far.
Timing is just a little off. I think Craig's a little off. I think everybody's rushing their routes a little bit. And the coverage is there. Nebraska is known for tight coverage and a lot of man coverage, and they've been criticized because some of the teams in the past that they lost to, Kansas State and Oklahoma, both hit some plays downfield on them. But when you play the defense aggressively, you're going to play a lot of man coverage in the secondary.
0 for 5 on third downs. Oh, they won't get this one either. I'll tell you what, Javon Green got a mouthful of Clint Finley.
Yeah, well, Craig Bowl, the defensive coordinator, said we're going to mix it up a little bit. Every now and then we're going to play some zones, so those crossing routes, if the guys catch a crossing route, we're going to have somebody there to hit them. And that's exactly what happened.
And Oaks takes a hit from Kelsey after he delivers. He got one right in the chest.
This is not good. You're getting hit every time by the quarterback. He says, come on, guys. I'm supposed to throw the ball, get rid of it, and not get hit.
We talked about it in the open, though. You got a 19-year-old quarterback running away from a bunch of seniors who can smell blood in the water. Flores to kick. Joe Walker back deep.
Walker's returned a bunch of kicks for touchdowns in his career.
High kick. Gonna have to fair catch this, isn't he? He hit the top of one of the up man's helmets.
Hit his own man.
Colorado trying to scoop it up. Can they get there? That hit the Nebraska up man in the hat.
I think Colorado got it.
I think it was Troy Watchorn who had it hit him in the helmet, and Colorado's got the ball. And it's their punter. You've got to love that. Kick the ball, go down and recover it.
Yeah. No fair catch, so therefore he's not calling his man away. Was it Newcomb, I think, number 12 it hits. See, Walker doesn't fair catch, so he doesn't. If you fair catch, you should get away, but he doesn't do that.
It was Troy Watchhorn, and it should have been Watch Out instead of Watchhorn.
It's 42 instead of 12, and it hit him right on the head.
I thought for sure Walker was going to call fair catch on that punt. It was so high to start with, so not a good special teams play at all. Frank Solich isn't going to like that much. Meanwhile, for the, fourth time in the ball game, we've got a strange occurrence on special teams. We've had a block punt, a missed field goal, a blocked field goal. Now we had a punt hit somebody in the half.
And you think special teams don't mean anything in a ball game? Brad, there's about 35 special team plays in a ball game. That's a lot.
Yes, it is. It's a big percentage. A lot more than anybody thinks about.
Exactly.
Oaks to throw. Maybe. Here comes the heat. Shanley almost had him. He throws finally into a bunch of red, and it's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Erwin Sweeney's got it. And a penalty marker down as well, back at the line of scrimmage. So hold the phone.
See, that's panic right there. That's a true freshman trying to do too much against an aggressive defense on the road.
Penalties on Colorado. It's holding, and it's declined, obviously.
On the offense.
Well, first of all, nothing's open, so you're going to scramble. Nothing's available. Now you say, all right, get rid of the ball. The coaches tell me, get rid of the ball. He tried to probably throw it through the end zone, or he saw a man open, but you just can't throw it up for grabs.
Nope. And you saw a very agitated, not only Gary Barnett, but before that, Frank Solich. And I think I know why Frank's mad, because he thought he was in the end zone. I quite frankly did, too. I thought this was coming out to the 20.
No question.
That's about as hot as you could ever see Frank.
Yeah, that's right.
And now they're holding Frank back. He might be a little guy, but he was a heck of a fullback.
He was.
They're holding him from the side judge right now. Whoa, things are getting warm here in Lincoln. So they'll work from the 1. And Willie Miller is hit in the end zone. Gets out to the 1-yard line.
No question that was a big call because it was intercepted right on the goal line, and his momentum, I think, took him in.
That's what I thought from here. He's in the end zone.
Yeah, but
right
there's intercepting momentum. If the momentum carries you into the end zone, I think you're into the end zone. It's a touchback out to the 20.
I thought his whole body was in to start with. I don't think it was even close. So instead of working from the 20, they're still working from the 1. And again, they go straight ahead. And swarmed under after getting out to the line of scrimmage and maybe getting another foot. Jayshon Sykes hammers Willie Miller. And now it's 3rd and 10 from about the, let's see if they put it down at the 2-yard line. They put it at the 3, actually.
There's this intercepting momentum. If you intercept the ball, if a receiver's going downfield and the defensive back is going inside the 5 or the 3-yard line with him, and the defensive back intercepts it and runs into the end zone, it comes out to the 20.
Right. Now it's 3rd down and 8. See if Nebraska will risk a throw from here. Colorado brings everybody out. They're showing blitz. They back out of it, and on the option, it's Crouch. And Eric gets out to the 10-yard line, which at least gives him some room to punt from.
Here's another look at the interception. He goes high in the air. Now he's falling back. He's going to fall in the end zone. Falls in the end zone.
His butt's completely in the end zone. How that could be at the 1-yard line, I have no idea. But at any rate, now they got a kick from here. So the good news was they got an interception. They thought they'd have it at the 20. Instead, they've got Haydenfeld, who's already had one stuffed today, 5 yards in his own end zone. And don't think the Buffaloes aren't loaded up right now. They got everybody uptight.
And it came from over this side.
And they got close again. They didn't get it, but they got very close. Minardi gets back to the 39. Now an end around. Little razzle-dazzle, but a long way to go for Michael Lewis. Lewis got a block. Got the corner. Lewis coming back the other way and got it to the 48-yard line.
Wow.
That was something.
Wow. Normally, on a reverse, if you've got it planned and the ball is kicked that far to the sideline, you don't do it. You just go ahead and run it up the sideline.
Well, they ran about 100 yards to get 13, but it looked good.
Konnichiwa!
Konnichiwa!
Who's a biggie? Who's about ya?
Now you can learn how to say what's up in 36 different languages. Just visit Budweiser.com today and learn useful phrases like "Was ist los? ¿Qué pasa?" Instantly bond with your fellow man the world over.
Yo, telephone.
Hello?
Tava! Who's a biggie?
Konnichiwa!
Time to get ready for a rush of adrenaline only Pontiac can deliver. It's time to get your $500 holiday bonus for $1,250 total cash back on any 2001 Grand Am. So get to your Pontiac dealer and light up the season.
In the world we're born into, being smart doesn't necessarily make you a financial success. Neither does being pretty, neither is being talented. There are brilliant failures, and there are successful zeros. Having money isn't a matter of good or bad. Having money is a matter of putting your money in a better place. Morgan Stanley Dean Witter. Move your money. Get well connected.
Brad Nessler, Bob Greasy, Lynn Swan, and our Thanksgiving ABC crew with you on this day after. We hope you had a good holiday. And this football game has had some strange twists so far. Colorado trailing 14-3, 9:22 to go in the half. But they start again in Nebraska territory for the 4th time today. Cortland Johnson got about a yard, and that's it.
Well, we talked about the young quarterback going against this defense. The first pass of the game is picked off. He's been rattled and gotten after, basted, and whatever. You know, sometimes, you know, a true freshman quarterback, you got another quarterback sitting over there on the sideline, a junior college transfer that has played some this year, started a couple of games, Pesavento. You might do this quarterback a favor, Oaks, by setting him down, letting him watch a couple of series on the sideline, and then get him back in the ballgame.
Good point. 2nd and 9. This time, Oaks hooks up with his receiver. Out of bounds at about the 39 is Minardi.
And Bob and Brad, one of the things that they've asked Craig Oaks to do to protect him a little bit because he is a young guy is throw a lot of the short passes so he doesn't have to throw the ball deep. Well, that plays right into the hands of the secondary for Nebraska. If the receivers are not going to press him deep and stretch the field, then they can sit on the short routes. Just like when Carlos Post picked that one off for a touchdown, he was sitting on the short route anticipating it would come, and sure enough, Craig Oaks came to it.
He's 0 of 6 on 3rd down conversions, all under 7 yards.
At least they've got a shorter one here. 3rd and long 2. Cortland Johnson's got this one. He's got a touchdown. Cortland Johnson's going to take it, and Colorado's back in the football game. 39 yards as it opened up for him off the right side, and he cruised to the end zone.
I think Nebraska may have been looking for a pass, and a nice call by Steve Watson.
39 yards, a career-long run for number 27. We told you he loves to play against Nebraska.
Good job, Daddy.
Trying to cut it to 14-10 now, with Mariscal in for the point after. And he's got it. So just when it looked like Nebraska had this thing in their hip pocket with a 2-touchdown lead, field goal and now a touchdown by Johnson, and they're right back in the hunt.
Well, the fullback's going to get a nice block on Watchard right over to the right side of the offense. There's the fullback, Drum. Play's going to go right through here. Drum gets him, knocked him out. I think everybody was up there playing pass. Rogers, number 71, gets a nice block on the outside guy. That's cruising right there.
That is. And Bob, I think that's a play that in most cases that Carlos Pope, playing at linebacker with a stop. I watched him on that play. He engaged the blocker. He was sliding to his left. There was somebody right there. Well, I think if that right leg had been stronger, he would have driven a little bit harder, been able to fight that, and he could have slid right into that hole and stopped that play. But I think he just doesn't have the mobility yet in that leg.
Cortland Johnson, who we said had 135 yards last year, has almost 100 now with that touchdown run.
And Swanee, if he doesn't have that mobility in that leg, he really shouldn't be in there because he's hurting the team.
Well, you're right. I mean, but he's an emotional leader. He wants to play, and that's probably why he's out there.
Exactly.
But his backup was doing a good job. I think maybe if they leave him out, see how this game goes, they'd be better off.
Mariscal to kick. Joe Walker 3 yards deep. And Joe gets across the 20 out to about the 23-yard line. College football on ABC Sports, brought to you by the Wide Track Grand Prix by Pontiac. Wider is better. Budweiser, with a crisp, clean, refreshing taste you'll find in no other beer. Dell and National Car Rental. So what are you waiting for? Let's go. I don't know if any place in the world is more beautiful than the Husker Power 30,000 square foot workout facility here. This is like a shrine, folks.
Yeah, we wouldn't know, though.
Well, Swanee knows all about that.
We walk by it, yeah.
Yeah, we walk by it. Swanee walks in it. All started with a weight program back in the late 60s, and they have become really what everyone else models their facility after. Out to the 30-yard line goes Dan Alexander, who's been one of their weightlifting champions in the past. Swanee, you spent some time down there.
Oh, absolutely. And Dan Alexander is the only freshman ever to be lifter of the year. And that man, Kyle Vandenbosch, he's the only football player to be 2-time lifter of the year. And that doesn't mean just football. That's all sports here at Nebraska. And they work out it hard and heavy, especially in the offseason.
2nd down and 3. Alexander is one of those weightlifting champions. That last carry of now Eric Crouch, and he loses a couple. And Corey Masoni, the outside linebacker, makes the hit. Colorado, you can feel them coming into this game. They took them a while to wake up, maybe. They are against an opponent that's beaten them 8 straight times, but now they got the momentum shifting their way a little bit.
Well, as we mentioned, this is a special game for these guys. They moved this game to the end of the season. This is the 5th time that it's been played on Thanksgiving Friday, and this is about all they've got to play for. A win here today would make their season.
Gary Barnett said it's an honor to play the day after Thanksgiving, and we don't want the game moved. We want to stay here. We want to keep playing these guys in this game. Here's Alexander. Got a nice block in front. I don't know if he got the first down. He got very close. Robbie Robinson, the safety, made the tackle. And the spot will dictate whether or not he got that first down. Looks a little short from here, but we'll wait and see. Right at the very end, when Robinson came up to tackle him, Alexander rolled over Robinson's body, so his body really didn't land until right there, and that might have been good enough. A little bit extra. Ooh, we got it.
Take a look from behind the offense. Hochstein and Schwab both pulling 65 as Schwab. Alexander reads the block. This guy was a wrestling champion in high school, Alexander. He just kind of landed on the guy and just rolled over him.
People forget he's 245 pounds. The way he bounces outside like that. He got the first down by inches. And now he goes off the left side for a couple. Coming up next, more college football for you. Lone Star rivals battle with Jamar Toombs, and number 22 Texas A&M takes out number 13 Texas. It's right here on ABC Sports, home of the Bowl Championship Series. And don't forget to get post-game analysis each week from Terry Bowden online at ESPN.com. Keyword BCS. So Brent, Gary, Jack are waiting.
How would you like to have Mac Brown's problem down there with two really good quarterbacks?
The young fellow will have the nod today. 2nd down and 8. And Crouch comes up throwing. And Eric throws, caught by Davison, and Davison run right into the drink tray down there. Got 9. Nice catch. Matt Davison started his career, as everybody remembers, with the big catch as a freshman against Missouri that helped send that game into overtime, and trying to become the team leader in receptions 3 straight years out at Tecumseh, Nebraska.
He's 2nd in career receptions and yards.
And Johnny Rogers.
Yep.
Back to the ground. The Huskers go out to the 48-yard line. Remember that day? Brent was calling that game. I remember we were watching it, looking back to November 8th of '97. Scott Frost with the throw off Chevin Wiggins and the dive. And Davison with the miracle reception that helped send that game to overtime. They went on and won it. He said at that time he didn't know the magnitude. He said, I was just an 18, 19-year-old kid. I didn't know it was that great a catch.
Yeah, it didn't happen at the end of the year. They actually went on to win a share of the national championship.
Right. And without that win, they wouldn't have. Second down along 6. Crouch. And the keeper, Eric's got a big opening inside of 40. Puts a move on the safety, and he's down the sideline all the way to the 20-yard line. Best run of the day for Crouch. Goes 32 yards.
No question. And I think one of the reasons why Eric has had some problems throwing in the last 3 or 4 ball games is because of all of the running that he does and all of the pounding that he takes. The option there, the man goes out to take the option. Now watch the way he gets hit here. I mean, this is pounding. You're going to ask quarterbacks, option guys like this, to take this pounding when they get hit and then go back and try and throw the ball as well as a finesse quarterbacks do that don't run? Yeah, you can't do that.
At the 20, 65 yards now for Crouch. And Willie Miller, the fullback, got a yard. Jay Sean Sykes made the tackle. Eric Crouch talked with us about that shoulder injury. He says, you know, it happens, and I'm not going to use that as an excuse.
But
I'd never put any blame on that because I always expect myself, even with, you know, a slight injury or something that has bothered me a lot, I still expect myself to make big plays and to be able to fight through those things. I've always felt that way, you know, about myself and the way that I go out and play.
Everybody thinks of his speed, and he is a tough kid.
He is. He is. He is tough, and he is quick.
Here he is with a lead blocker in front on a 2nd and 9. And he gets rattled down at the 15-yard line by Sykes again. It's going to bring up a 3rd down in about 5.
You ask all of the defensive coordinators from all the different teams that play Nebraska, and they'll tell you that Crouch is the key guy in this offense, not the I-backs, and not the tight ends or not the offense. And the guy they mentioned is Crouch. The offense is built around Eric.
Eric's going to take a timeout here, I think. And we'll take one as well with 4 minutes, 3 seconds remaining in the half. Good ball game going. Huskers lead by 4.
The Thanksgiving weekend sale means lowest tire prices of the year on selected Michelin, Goodyear, Pirelli, and more. So don't forget to give your wheels something nice at the most important time of the year. Sears, give the good life at a great price, guaranteed.
It's as digital as documents get. Digital copiers, network printers, color imaging. Kyocera is where documents are going.
A Kyocera Document Solutions company.
It's time to get ready for a rush of adrenaline only Pontiac can deliver. It's time to get your $500 holiday bonus for $1,250 total cash back on any 2001 Grand Prix. So get to your Pontiac dealer and light up the season.
Big on taste, but low on cash? Try the new 99-cent BK Cravers menu from Burger King. 8 mouth-watering choices at an unbelievable price, like the tasty chicken tender sandwich, delicious flame-broiled bullseye barbecue deluxe burger, or zesty jalapeno poppers. Just 99 cents every day at Burger King, where you can get great-tasting food every day. Got the urge?
Promotional consideration provided by National Car Rental, the official car rental company of the Bowl Championship Series on ABC.
Let's go!
Nebraska leading by 4 and looking to add to that lead with 4:03 remaining in the half. 3rd down and 5 now at the Colorado 15-yard line. Crouch has done much of the damage to get him down this close. And now he's going to be dropped in his tracks, though. Nice play by Anwan Jones, the defensive end. And it's 4th down.
Jones made a nice play there, recognizing that Crouch still had the ball.
Jones, one of the guys that came from Northwestern, spent his freshman and sophomore seasons with Gary Barnett there. And he didn't play in 98 or 99. And they were hoping they could get maybe another year out of him next year on kind of a strange quirk, a problem that was actually Colorado's with his grades, not with him. And they're hoping they can get him back next year.
He sat out 2 years, and he really needed to only sit out 1.
Right.
A little undersized for a defensive end, but playing well.
Nebraska coming in ranked 8th in the country, and in the all-important BCS poll that we've been talking about so much this season, you take a look at the top teams. They're also number 8 in that category. And Oklahoma alone on top, but that .51 between Florida State and Miami is what's caused all the stir in the past couple of weeks. And of course, the winner of all of this after January 4th gets this baby to take back to their school, the Sears National Championship Trophy. And that is one good-looking trophy. And right now it's Oklahoma that hopes they can keep their winning ways alive. Of course, they've got to play again this weekend, and then we'll see them in the Big 12 championship against Kansas State next week. If they win those two, they got a date there against, it appears now, either Florida State or Miami. Josh Brown's going to try a field goal, 32-yarder, to try to stretch the Nebraska lead back to 7. And I don't think so. He missed it to the left.
He's had problems this year.
Yes, he has. Both kickers have had problems going this way today. And so Colorado holds. Another missed field goal. We talk about next Saturday night. A week from Saturday night, we'll be at Arrowhead Stadium, and this is the matchup we'll see. Oklahoma against Kansas State, and the first time around, 41-31. There's some of the numbers from that game.
Look at this right here.
Not bad, huh?
374 yards passing against Kansas State. The weather might be a little bit different, though, this time.
You got that right. Here's a counter. Portland Johnson trying to get outside. He can't. Randy Stella stays over there and makes the stop.
Kansas State defensively is ranked 2nd in the nation, and Oklahoma offensively is 9th. So that right there should be another good battle.
Clock winding down under 3.5 minutes here. Colorado still with their full complement of timeouts. Oh, excuse me, they've got 2. Second down and 11. Play action. Oates throws on the run. Would have been a marvelous catch by Brandon Drum. He just couldn't hold it. That's a tough one right over his shoulder for the fullback. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and 11. With 3:05 left, so they've got to go 11 yards to get our Pacific Life 1st and 10. They're bringing us our 1st and 10 line today, and you can see where they've got to get to pick up the first. And now the crowd getting into it for the Nebraska defense. They come up close, maybe with a blitz coming on Oates. Polk will come on a delayed blitz. They want to throw a screen. They got a man wide open, Cortland Johnson. Johnson on his own, and he's got a first down. Nice tackle by Vanden Bosch, or he might have been off to the races.
He had nothing but acres of land ahead of him. If Vanden Bosch doesn't catch him, he's got all kinds of room. Screen's going to be over to this side, right over here, and Vanden Bosch is going to catch him. Here's Vanden Bosch right there, number 83. Well, he had all kinds of room. You don't really see many screens on 3rd and long because it's such an obvious call. The defense is always saying, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Well, they watched it go for 16 yards. And on first down, it's Purify, the freshman, out to the 40-yard line. And Colorado got plenty of time to work now. And still 2 timeouts to work with. The last time they played on Monday night, Brett Favre and the Packers beat the Vikings with that unforgettable overtime touchdown pass to Antonio Freeman. Well, now their hopes for a wild card berth are on the line. They take on the Carolina Panthers Monday Night Football, live 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on ABC. Purify again on a draw play, and he's got a first down at the 46-yard line. And Vanden Bosch makes another tackle.
Another good play because there was a hole there. If he hadn't have gotten back to make the play, he would have had some more yardage.
Now they go with a 4 wide-out group.
Hurry up.
Shotgun. Here comes the pressure over the middle. Got an open receiver. Nice hit. Put on McCready, who made the catch. Braver let him have it, but McCready got it to the 42-yard line. 1:45 and the clock moving. They've got a second down and about 3 coming up.
We've got single coverage up here on these 2 receivers.
If he has time to find him. There, he found it coming the other way. It's Minardi. He's got a first down at the 31-yard line.
Single coverage on both sides, and he found Minardi on the short side of the field, and now he jumps for the timeout.
So Craig Oates kind of settling in. Oates, who had started
warming up, yes.
Yeah, started cold and is warming up at a perfect time.
Well, this is a nice throw. Has a little touch on it. Before, everything was hard. Well, everything was one speed, too hard and too flat. That time, he just laid it over the defensive back's outreached hands.
His last 4 or 5 passes have been pretty much right on the money.
It's understandable that a true freshman comes into a place like Lincoln, Nebraska, against the tradition that the Huskers have, and is a little tight.
Yep. Gary Barnett knew that, but he is hanging the future of the immediate future of the Colorado Buffaloes program on the kid, and he's starting to answer the call here against Craig Bohl's defense that's trying to slow him down with 1:27 left. They got 1 timeout remaining, and Oaks now has hit 6 different receivers, and after that 0 for start, all of a sudden he's 7 out of 15, so things are starting to improve for him.
But the key thing for him, Colorado has rushed for 125 yards. Nebraska, on the average, only gives up 105 yards per game. So anytime a quarterback can get a nice running game going to support your passing game, it makes it a lot easier.
Carlos Pope kind of limping out there to that middle linebacker position at the 31-yard line. First down, Colorado, trailing by 4. 1:27 left in the half. Now Oaks facing the noise.
Again, single coverage on the outside receivers.
And the Nebraska defense, they're going to go with a swing pass the other way, and that one is just swallowed up by Jason Lohr. That had big play potential too, but Lohr took that away in a hurry. Boy, there was nobody home on that backside, and so the defensive linemen for Nebraska have made some game-saving or touchdown-saving tackles.
Lohr, a defensive tackle, recognized that and went out, slid out, and made the play.
Second down at 12. Oaks complete. Minardi's got it. Trying to battle for the first down. And he does a pretty good job to get it inside the 25-yard line to the 24. Dewan Gross is there to bring him down. And 45 seconds left.
One timeout left. Clock is running.
3rd down and 3 here. Huge 3rd down if they're to think touchdown on this drive. And in and out of the hands of the intended receivers. So they're going to have to settle for a field goal attempt. And that hasn't been their strong suit necessarily so far today.
They've missed one, they've had one blocked, and they've made one.
Mariscal did make his last one, though, a 32-yarder. And they're going to put him right about in that same category on this next one.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised to see some shenanigans on this one.
Now, this one's deeper. This is going to be 42.
If you've got a fake one and you've been working on it all year, this is the last game of the season. You've got to hold them back for anything.
Don't take it to the offseason with
That's
you.
right.
Lined up from 42. And they'll kick it. On the way. No good.
Just outside.
So they miss another opportunity to close the gap on Nebraska, and they still trail by 4. 23 seconds away from halftime, and John and Terry will take a closer look at the storied tradition of the Nebraska Black Shirts that Bob and I have been talking about in this first half. They'll also take a look back at the tragedy in College Station from a year ago as the Aggies get ready to take on Texas in our second game later on today. They start dressing them in red just about when they leave the hospital here in Lincoln.
It was kind of chilly coming to the ballpark this morning. It was about 20, 25 degrees, supposed to get up to about 50 by end of game time.
Beautiful day in Lincoln, Nebraska, the 239th consecutive sellout for the 39th consecutive winning season in this program's history. And they're going to take the lead to the locker room, the Cornhuskers, that is. Eric Crouch, their quarterback, has led them on offense. Carlos Polk, their defensive captains, led them on defense. But the young freshmen kept Colorado at least in the hunt. Halftime, Nebraska leading Colorado 14-10 as our halftime score. And the MSN halftime report is on deck. John Saunders and Terry Bowden. Gentlemen. Nebraska at home leading Colorado 14-0. Colorado certainly had their opportunities, though. In the first half, the first pass of the ballgame picked off by Carlos Polk, and the senior captain takes it 39 yards for a touchdown. Mark Mariscal missed a 29-yard field goal and a 37-yard field goal blocked. Chris Kelsey almost took that the distance. And then Craig Oakes threw an ill-timed interception that was picked off near the end zone. And another missed field goal by Mariscal from 42 yards to end the first half. And I heard John and Terry talking about this stage of the season. You shouldn't have that many miscues on special teams. Quite frankly, both teams have had problems with that thing.
I agree with that, and it's got to be disturbing for both of them. But the other side of the coin is you have a lot of films and a lot of game for the other side to go back and analyze how they can beat you on that.
And Oakes had some opportunities. The young guy came in there, and that last drive, he really looked pretty good.
Yeah, he settled down. He settled down. I think he's going to feel good for the second half. Colorado feels like, hey, we really have a shot at winning this football game.
And Nebraska's defense, I think, in the first half played about like we expected them to play. And Carlos Polk is the guy that led the way. Our Morgan Stanley Dean Witter halftime statistics dead even in rush yardage. And you would never think that that would be the case. But remember, Cortland Johnson had almost 100 yards by himself for Colorado. They controlled the clock. And the turnovers even.
Stats are, you know, awfully close. I'd say the big surprise, Colorado rushing for 125 yards.
Yep. So hats off to the Nebraska seniors. Their final half coming up, 27 of them. Randy Stella is going to bring the kick out from a yard deep. And Stella, the linebacker, gets out to about the 25-yard line. Smalley, I know you had a chance to talk to Frank Solich.
Yes, and he's first told me that Carlos Polk is fine. He said that Jamie Burroughs' backup played very well when he got in there, but Carlos should be back in the ballgame. He felt that what he needs are individuals to make plays. They've had chances and opportunities on the offensive side of the ball, but the individuals haven't stepped up, and says he wants them to come out and do that in the second half.
So Nebraska will work from its own 25-yard line. And they'll go back to some power stuff here on first down, and it opens up for him, and Dan Alexander's into the secondary. Alexander across midfield, a nice stiff arm, and he's run out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Power football, and 42 yards later, first down, Nebraska.
It's good coaching when you go in at halftime and you come out the second half, and the first play you run is a successful play. Means your coaches have seen something. You come out, you run the plays early in the drive, and you make something happen. And Nebraska is well on its way to getting some points on the board on this first drive, third quarter.
Longest run allowed by Colorado all year, and it's number 38, Alexander, who took it 42 yards. Now on the option, Eric Crouch, and Crouch, a late pitch, fumble, ball is loose, Colorado's got it. Second time today they've tried that pitch on that side, and the second time it's gone awry and they've lost it.
The option with Nebraska is coming back to what happened last year to them when they had all those fumbles, and that is Crouch is not good at pitching the football. He's great at keeping it, turning it up, and running for it, but when he turns to pitch it, he doesn't look at where the guy is. You got to find him a little bit before you pitch it. 2 fumbles, both on pitches today.
John Johnny, defensive lineman, comes up with a loose ball.
That's Turner Gill on the right there, who was pretty good at pitching the football.
So Colorado gets it back at the 27-yard line from the shotgun, and they'll run out of the gun. And Cortland Johnson across the 32-yard line, and he's over 100 yards on the day for the second straight year against Nebraska.
Vanden Bosch is getting a little bit tired of all these turnovers by his offense.
Yep.
He's been in on a lot of tackles, a lot of plays. And that.
Remember last year against Colorado, 5 times they put it on the turf there at Folsom Field, and 2 today.
Yep.
Colorado's been one of the teams they've really struggled holding on to the football against. Second down and a long 5 off the 32-yard line. Javon Green's been quiet. He's the motion man into a slot, and they're going to go to him across the middle, and got a first down out near the 40-yard line.
Now this is only the second pass they've thrown to Javon Green today in his first reception.
Colorado's virtually been living in Nebraska's territory today. In fact, they started several drives in Nebraska territory and didn't have anything to show for it the first 3 times. Missed field goal, blocked field goal, interception, and then finally got the touchdown.
Yep, good graphic there.
Out to the 40-yard line, their own 40 now with a first down. And it's Cortland Johnson, and Johnson's got the corner. Cortland Johnson having a big day, and now he's right back in Nebraska territory. 14 more yards, and Cortland Johnson closing in on what he did last year when he had 125, and he's right around 117 on the afternoon today.
Yeah, and you got to mention the 2 offensive linemen that was escorting him around the corner. Gerard, number 65. Rogers is 71. Big Rogers, 330 pounds. We talk about the Nebraska offensive lineman. You got to give it a little bit of credit there to number 71, Victor Rogers.
Remember, he was shaken up in the first half, so he's back out there and playing well. Helped his team to a first down at the 46-yard line. Again, Green across the field in motion. Oaks pumps once. Now fires incomplete. I think a little miscommunication there. Looked like he wanted to pump and go deep, and Cedric Cormier broke his pattern off. Swanee? Swanee, I know you talked to Gary Barnett about his quarterback.
I certainly did, and he just said that Craig Oaks is just a little too keyed up, a little too excited about playing this ball game, and he said it's been this way the entire week. He said the whole week he's been geared up to try and play this game, to make something happen. He just needs to settle him down and try and let some other people do some things before he calls upon Craig to make the big play.
He's got a second down here. They'll keep it on the ground. Purify. Nice little sidestep by Purify, and he keeps weaving his way inside the 40 and got 8 yards to the 38.
Vanden Bosch was unblocked. You know, in the design of the play, you don't need the blocking, but he's so quick that Purify just had to say, wait a minute. Purify reads the block of the tackle going down inside, so he goes down. Purify saw him coming and just stopped and let him go.
Vanden Bosch has been involved today, hasn't he? He's not the prototype size for a defensive end, but he's got one of those motors they talk about that's got a Hemi engine in it, and he never keeps coming. Johnson. And hit right when he got near the first down marker. Scott Shanley, the linebacker, made the stop. This one might be close enough to look at.
Colorado has run 44 total plays today. 28 of those plays have been run in Nebraska territory.
You'd think they'd have a huge lead with that kind of statistic, but missed field goals, missed blocking assignments, and credit the Nebraska defense, too.
And an interception at the goal line, the Nebraska goal line.
So let's see if he did get it. Ooh, boy. That one's about an inch. That's just the length of the clip on the links.
Well, you got to go for it because you're not going to kick it. Your field goal kicker has not been doing well.
And what would a punt get you? Not much. If you kicked it in the end zone, you only gained 16 yards.
That's right. And with Nebraska's offense, it doesn't mean much anyway. They can eat up yardage like mad.
So 4th down at a clip of a chain.
I'd try my cadence first if I had a stuttered cadence.
Straight ahead, quarterback has to bounce outside. His second effort got it for him. He didn't have it the first time, I can guarantee you that.
He came bouncing way back, didn't he?
So Oaks hits the line, bounces around, and then squirted off that left side for the first down.
Watch as Oaks is going to bounce back. He tries the right side, and that's a Walker 25 that knocks him back. And he said, well, if I can't get it on the right, I'll go around the left.
Another shaken up offensive lineman, Justin Bates, being helped off.
This is not a very deep, as far as depth, offensive line. Gary was telling me this week that one of the things when he got here is that they didn't have a good supply of offensive linemen.
And with Bates out, Hage comes in there, and Hage is a true freshman.
Yeah.
But it is a first down, Colorado. Oaks fires. Minardi couldn't hold it. Dewan Gross out there, number 5 on the corner, was covering. Tonight only, 2 guys and a girl and Norm are back-to-back with all new episodes, and we guarantee you'll get some laughs tonight starting 8 o'clock, 7 Central on ABC. The line of scrimmage, the 35-yard line, trailing 14-10. The Colorado Buffaloes right back where they've spent a lot of this game in Nebraska territory, but not a lot to show for it. And it's Oaks at a keeper off the fake draw, and he bounces his way near the 30, where it's going to be 3rd down and a long 5, almost 6.
Oaks doing a nice job of avoiding a loss. First, Stella, 34, is going to have a shot at him. And then Vandenbosch, 83, does a nice job to get back to the line of scrimmage or gain a yard or 2.
Finally, Kelsey pastes him there. 15 hard-earned yards so far on the 7 times that he's been handling the ball. Here's another big 3rd down.
That's a blitz right here.
Quick throw on a slant. Got his man. First down, and it's McCready down to the 15-yard line.
I like that. If you see a blitz, throw in the direction of the blitz. That will usually get it out of. That'll get it out for you.
McCready's the guy that said this is our 1-game season against Nebraska.
Yeah, here's the blitzer, and here's the slant coming in from this side over here. Nice job.
That may be on the line.
Yeah, because he had some opening down there. They weren't bumping, they weren't pressing on the wide receivers, and there wasn't that extra man out there.
3 wideout group for Oaks on first down at the Nebraska 15. Javon Green in motion. Here's a counter to Johnson. And Cortland Johnson almost got to the end zone. Ball came loose. Nebraska covers it. Now is the ball dead? Yes, it was. The field judge has already come over and made the call.
I think that's a good call. Foolishly, Johnson was reaching the ball out to try and score, and when it hit the ground, it came out. But, you know, I don't blame him, I guess. You want a touchdown so badly, but you gotta take care of the football. Knee is down.
Knee's down. Great look at it right there, and his elbow hits. Then the ball comes loose.
Good job, guys.
So it is 1st and goal. Colorado at the Nebraska 2-yard line, trying to take the lead for the first time today. Cortland Johnson, touchdown, Colorado, and they are in the lead.
Ball carried by number 27, Cortland Johnson.
Carlos Pope, the middle linebacker, is not his old self. I think that injury is really affecting him.
Cortland Johnson, the guy that scored, has not gotten back up yet. Took it in from 2 yards, his 2nd touchdown of the day. There's another look at the score. Well, I don't know what, I don't know where the injury would come in.
He looked
there.
like when he was laying there on the ground, like he wasn't bothered by anything.
And a little bit woozy.
Maybe somebody rode over on his ankle.
Oh, maybe he's got a problem with a contact or something. At any rate, he's coming out with another touchdown and a lead for his team. Cortland Johnson Jr. out of St. Louis. Big game last year and another one here today so far. Mariscal now to try to give Colorado a 3-point advantage.
Ooh,
and he does.
Nothing is easy.
No, it's not.
With the field goals and the extra points today.
So 9:57, and the folks that made the trip from Boulder enjoying themselves right now.
Online brokers have a game. It's called Who's Got the Cheapest Trade. So you spend time comparing prices instead of comparing resources. Judging how good the deal is rather than judging how good the information is. Investing isn't a game. You need to trade online with trusted advice and better information. Morgan Stanley, Dean Witter. Move your money. Get well connected.
Big on taste, but low on cash? Try the new 99-cent BK Cravers menu from Burger King. 8 mouth-watering choices at an unbelievable price. Like the delicious flame-broiled Bullseye Barbecue Deluxe Burger, tasty chicken tender sandwich, or cheesy mozzarella sticks. Just 99 cents every day at Burger King, where you can get great-tasting food every day. Got the urge?
Welcome to Transmegala, 268th floor, Information Services Division.
Yes?
We're from Luftgart. We provide enterprise IT consulting.
T?
ERP, CRM, and ASP management.
K?
24/7 apps hosting.
I already have one company for every application my division needs.
How's that possible?
I have Quest.
Communications change everything. Ride the light, Quest.
Introducing the all-new Silverado Heavy Duty. The most powerful heavy-duty pickup you can get. Silverado Heavy Duty. More truck from Chevy.
The Irish are looking for their first BCS berth. To keep their quest alive, they have to beat the Trojans in the Coliseum. Notre Dame battles USC Saturday on ABC.
Colorado in front. Just under 10 minutes left, third quarter. 17-14 now. On a 73-yard march, a little over 4.5 minutes and 17 straight points. And as our ace statistician, Pat McGrath, just pointed out during the break, does this one eerily look a little bit like Oklahoma? Remember 14-0 Nebraska at the end of one quarter?
Yep.
And Oklahoma comes back to win that one. This one's got the makings of the same type of thing, only with not as big a stakes at hand. From the 4 is Walker. And Joe goes out to about the 25-yard line, and that's where Nebraska's going to have to work from behind for the first time today. Here's our Aflac trivia question this week. How many players, this is our Thanksgiving theme, folks, how many players on these teams weigh 300 pounds or more? Just take a guess. Just take a random thought crack at it, and we'll have the answer for you in a few minutes. There's one of them.
There's a 300-pounder. There's another.
Nebraska's got some up front. And Alexander, no gain on that play.
Well, one of the things that will stop an offensive drive are fumbles, and this is one fumble on the first possession of the game. Crouch pitches it again. Another fumble. Both fumbles on option tosses. Both take away from drives. Nebraska's had the ball 7 possessions, and 2 of them have been stopped because of the fumbles.
That first fumble didn't hurt him. The second one cost him a touchdown. Crouch straight drop this time. Plenty of time to throw. Kind of a knuckleball, incomplete. Intended for Davison.
Bob and Brad, if you think back about those 2 fumbles we just saw, the position between the quarterback and the trailing back both were very, very different. And I think what Eric Crouch ends up doing is the backs think he's going to run with the football. At the last minute, his pitch is very short, very quick, and I don't know that they think he's going to get the ball. They're going to get the ball because they anticipate him running with it so often in that situation.
And Eric has readily admitted to us that he hopes to make a big play by some of those late pitches by taking the shot at the very last moment. Today, with a drop back this time, and that time he threw a shot to Davison for the first down.
Good pitch and catch there. This is what Colorado wants to get Nebraska into, is 3rd and long, where you've got to get Crouch back in shotgun throwing the football. Nicely done.
That's a perfect throw there.
Good pass protection from a line that's not usually asked to pass protect a lot.
And they pick up 15 on a 3rd and 10. So now first down at the 40. He drops back, wants to throw again. Sideline ball. Davison got tangled up over there with Donald Strickland.
It's a good call because that's what he wanted. He wanted a deep pass to Davidson, and when he wasn't there, he just threw it out of bounds.
A play when Colorado, I'm sure, was thinking option or run after they picked up the first down. A little bit of an element of surprise there, but it comes up incomplete. So 2nd and 10 at the 40. Again, Crouch from the gun with 3 wideouts. And he'll keep it on a quarterback draw. And it opens up for him. Eric Crouch, first down into Colorado territory at the 47-yard line. That's where he can kill you.
Watch the offensive line on this one. Here's the right guard. He watches. He's going to slide and come around and make the block. That's Finotti. He's 300 pounds. Right here, the block. Fullback blocks there, and the quarterback runs the quarterback draw right up the middle.
Finotti, the 335-pounder, still isn't 19 years old.
Yeah.
Do you believe that? Here's the run off the left side and a pickup only of about a yard. Finotti will turn 19
tomorrow.
Day after tomorrow. Isn't it the 26th?
26th.
Is today the 25th? I have no idea.
No,
anyway, his birthday's coming up in a day or so, and he's a sophomore already. He's going to end up being a senior that'll be 20. He'll be in the National Football League by the time he's 20.
So he plays at Nebraska. Last year he was 17 during the season. Now he's 18 during the season. 19 and 20 his senior year.
He'll be around a long time. And he's a good one.
Why did he start so soon?
I have no idea. Here's Crouch, got a man wide open, and he got him. His tight end, John Bowling, and he goes bowling for the marker. Don't forget, coming up Monday night, it'll be Brett Favre and the Packers trying to stay in a wild card hunt in the NFL. In the NFC, they'll take on the Carolina Panthers in Charlotte. That's 9 o'clock on Monday night. And on Sunday night on ESPN at 8:30 Eastern, it's the Giants traveling to Phoenix to take on the Cardinals. A couple good NFL games coming up this weekend on ESPN and on ABC. 3rd and short, and first down run by Alexander. Michael Lewis made the tackle, but Big Dan goes to the 33-yard line for a first down.
Talk about Nebraska offensively. You talk about basically 2 things. One, the power game, which you're seeing on this drive, and the option game, which is the wide stuff. The option game you're having a little problem with, so you go back inside and let those offensive linemen, Raiola and Hochstein, 55, and the other guys use their power straight ahead.
Here's the stretch. Alexander broke through, still on his feet, and the big fella's all the way to the 14-yard line. Remember, he did this last year against Colorado. He scored the first time he touched it, and then when they desperately needed him to run over some people in the overtime session, he did it again.
Miller gets a good block, number 15. Alexander, we mentioned earlier, he was a high school wrestling champion, and he's a tailback for Nebraska, weighing 245 pounds.
2 yards shy of the century mark, and he won't get it on that carry. They're still wrestling around with him.
He was a heavyweight wrestling champion.
That's good enough size. He's got the legs for it.
Normally those guys play nose tackle. Defense.
They normally don't run as fast as he does.
That's true.
He's pretty quick, and you know, we told this story before, but you know, Carlos Polk likes to play a few games, and he and Dan Alexander got into a little wrestling match. Now both of them say that they won.
Right.
Okay. They argue about that point. I have a feeling, I have a sneaky suspicion that Alexander may have gotten the best of him.
Now you have to deal with Carlos.
I know. I'll talk to him later.
Yeah.
Buckhalter in there now as the eye back. And they fake the end around, give it to Buckhalter straight up the middle, and he might have it 1st and goal. It looks like it. Needed to get to the 2 for the first down. They get Alexander out of there, and Buckhalter rips one off.
Nebraska doing a nice job of taking the ball deep in their own territory and answering when they went behind. By Colorado, they've taken the ball all the way down inside the 5-yard line.
Unless they use it here with Eric Crouch now with a 1st and goal, I think maybe they'll put the option to bed for the day. Because right now what they're doing is working pretty well.
Well, that was one of the things on the option Colorado wanted to do is force him to pitch it.
Here is the option keeper, though, and Crouch just dances in.
They want to get the ball out of his hands, and they didn't do it that time.
2-yard touchdown by Eric Crouch. His 2nd on the ground today and his 19th of the season. And Nebraska's back in front. That was a good-looking drive.
It was a great drive because it answered when Colorado goes ahead of you, they come right back and answer.
Josh Brown for the point after. And it's good. With 5 minutes and 39 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. A good one, Bruin and Lincoln. The Huskers back in front by 4.
December 8th. Up there, you're not dying. You're dead. The most powerful force on Earth.
I won't let my sister die.
Is the will to survive. Vertical Limit, rated PG-13, opens everywhere December 8th.
No matter what you need, you can count on dependable, long-lasting Chevy trucks. Now, make your money count on a 2001 Chevy Silverado half-ton extended cab with as low as 1.9% APR financing, giving you $2,607 in average finance savings. That's 1.9% APR. So make your money count during the year-end event at your local Chevy dealer now.
Want to start a family?
Right now?
I just got supplemental insurance.
What's that?
Aflac. Well, if we get sick, our health insurance won't cover things like lost pay or other expenses. This does.
What's it called?
Aflac! I don't know.
Aflac. Without it, no insurance is complete.
The Cornhuskers back in front by 4, courtesy of a 75-yard drive in 12 plays, well engineered by Eric Crouch, who did a good job both throwing and running on the drive, and Dan Alexander did a big chunk of it, so did Buckholder. Now Colorado with the kickoff for Meir, and he gets out across the 20 out to about the 23-yard line. We asked you earlier how many players on these teams weigh 300 or more pounds. That was our Aflac trivia question.
That's the answer.
Wow.
Nebraska has 13. Colorado has 5.
So the big eaters go to the corn-fed Huskers, and that's one plateful yesterday of one of the linemen. And that was his first plate.
Yeah.
Yours didn't even look that bad last night.
Well, let's talk about your plate.
Here's a counter pitch. And only about a yard. Des Moines Adams made the stop. And Bobby Purify's in there right now at the tailback spot. The big question was whether we'd see Cortland Johnson after scoring that last touchdown. Swanee, I know he's had a problem all year long with turf toe, and I guess that's kind of cropped up on him again.
And that's right. When he was tackled face down, you know, you just imagine his toes are straight down on the ground, and that forces the big toe back. It's his right foot, and it's a turf toe is a common term we've used for a dislocated toe. It's hard to play football when you have that injury.
Ask your old buddy Jack Lambert, huh? Here's Johnson off play action. Down the middle and got Minardi, and that's a first down. Good throw.
Yeah, the difference of Craig Oates in the second half as to opposed of starting the game. Settled down, very calm, taking things as they come. Take a look from behind the quarterback. Little roll. Receiver's going to come from the right side. Throws it around. That's Vedro, number 9. Right on the money.
You can even see his demeanor when he looks to the sideline for the play now, that he is starting to see everything a little bit more slow motion.
Hey, he hadn't been anything like this.
Yeah.
There were no high school games that were like this one.
This isn't Fairview High School. This is Memorial Stadium in Lincoln. He's on Tom Osborne Field, for crying out loud. And he's going to throw a fade down the left sideline. Incomplete. Broken up. Erwin Sweeney on Minardi out there, and does a nice job to break it up.
Single coverage on the outside. Minardi is 6'2". Sweeney's about the same size.
Just a good play by Sweeney, who had that interception in the first half at the goal line. Second down and 10. Colorado trailing by 4. A little over 4 left in the third quarter. And it's Purified. A couple. Banded by went low, knocked him off his pins. What a game this guy's had.
He really is. I mean, he was blocked way out on the end and came all the way back to the inside to make the play.
He's a 3-time academic All-Big 12 performer. He's going to graduate next spring. Got about a 3.83 going. He looks like a big ugly, but he's smart. And he can really play the game.
Hope he lets some hair grow on that bald head of his.
He's got that pro wrestler thing going on. Down the middle, pass complete. First down and then some. And it's Graham, the tight end. And he rambles into Nebraska territory again inside the 48-yard line. On a 3rd and 7, they got 14 more.
Yeah, nice play, well designed. Shanley, the linebacker. Here's Graham, the tight end. He's just going to come across the field. Linebacker's going to be right on him, but right there he's got him beat by a step. Look out, everything else is cleared out. Nice call, well-designed play.
Cortland Johnson is checked back in for Colorado. And Oaks wisely takes a knee as John Clanton fell into the neutral zone. It appears it's going to be offsides on Nebraska.
Offside on the defense, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
There's a call by Terry Turling. What do you figure Terry's going to do when he quits reffing? What's he going to do on Saturdays?
I don't know. What do old retired referees do?
I don't know. They still make calls around the house, I guess. I don't know. They're throwing flags around the living room.
I bet they don't make as many calls as they do on Saturday afternoon.
I bet you Mrs. Terry makes all the calls at home. First and 5. Johnson weaving his way for a first down run again.
Johnson, the ball carrier.
And Cortland Johnson well over the 100-yard mark today, slapping Joe Walker on the helmet, who helps him up. Got a season high 139 yards. Reminder, near the conclusion of today's game, we'll select a Chevrolet player of the game from each team. Chevrolet will make a $1,000 contribution to each university's general scholarship fund. And Cortland's certainly figuring in that mix right now, the way he's been playing. Has his team another first down. Football just inside the Cornhusker 37-yard line. 2:43 left, third quarter. Colorado trailing, but threatening again. Johnson, left side. Brought down at the 31. Clint Finley put the hit on him there. Johnson, though, that offensive line of Colorado is doing a nice job, and he's getting 5 yards before you know it.
They are. Ashworth, Bates, Gray, Gerald, and Gerard, excuse me, and Rogers. 190 yards now rushing, where Nebraska only was giving up 105 on the season per game. That's the key stat right there, because it's giving the young freshman quarterback the feeling that he doesn't have to do it all.
As you said, Nebraska in the top 20 in the country in that category. Nice play fake by Oaks, comes up throwing, got his man McCready. He stretches out to the 22, and that's another first down.
First down conversion. Just convert third downs into first downs.
You know, the last two drives, Nebraska did what they do best. Right now, Colorado's doing what they've done best in their wins this year.
Yeah.
And that's doing it a little bit on the ground, chipping away, and then throwing off play action.
See a nice touch Oaks had on that football.
Yeah, we're starting to see what
early.
the coaches talk to us about this week now.
You weren't with us at the start. Gary Barnett said, this kid's our best football player. You know, so we got to play him. He's a true freshman at quarterback.
Purify, another freshman, goes down for a loss. Jason Lohr and Jeremy Selecta there, but it was Chris Kelsey, rather, that submarined in there that forced that play. College football on ABC Sports, brought to you by Chevy Silverado. It's not just any truck, it's the truck. Sears and the Sears National Champion Football Trophy. Quest, the communications to change everything. And FedEx. FedEx, be absolutely sure. You can even FedEx something from out there in the prairie from that barn. It'll get there the next day.
There you go.
Carlos Polk still in there on a bad knee. Has a touchdown defensively today. And he's stalking behind that defensive line on 2nd and 12. Nice hit put on by Joe Walker on Roman Hollowell. Short gain on the play. Got a couple.
Hollowell may be the smallest player on the field. He's 5'6", 160.
With a first name like Roman, he seems bigger. But he's not very big.
He is dangerous as a punt returner.
3rd down at 7. This is a huge play for both teams in the waning moments of the 3rd quarter. Oaks pumps, now comes across the middle, got McCready again. It's a first down inside the 10-yard line.
First half, he would have thrown that ball the first time he pumped it, but this time he waited till the guy got inside.
And you can see Colorado feeling it on this drive again.
Uh-oh. See, he's throwing around the linebacker. He was ready to throw it. There was a red shirt there, so he waited till the McCready, the wide receiver, slid inside and threw it inside.
And he's holding up 4 fingers, saying maybe the 4th quarter will be ours. We'll find out. It's 21-17 at the end of 3. An ABC Sports presentation of college football continues after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
No matter what you need, you can count on dependable, long-lasting Chevy trucks. Now, make your money count on a 2001 Chevy Silverado half-ton extended cab with as low as 1.9% APR financing, giving you $26.07 in average finance savings. That's 1.9% APR. So make your money count during the year-end event at your local Chevy dealer now.
This one, Daddy, this one.
I don't know, honey. He's kind of expensive. Hey, what's up with this one? No one seems to want him. Oh, look, sweetie. Oh, he needs a home, honey.
Some people know when to pay a little more. The Discover card for the slightly smarter consumer.
Make your public schools so exciting, the students won't want to leave. Find out how. Call 1-877-LOVE-TO-LEARN.
Monday night is magic for Green Bay.
That was impossible.
Pack versus Panthers. Monday Night Football at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on ABC.
Tonight, it's the final night of a special family edition of Millionaire.
You have a girlfriend?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Final answer.
This is the respect you get from kids.
When parents and their kids go for $1 million.
How far can this kid carry your father?
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire Family Edition continues tonight at 9/8 Central on ABC.
The E-Class, perhaps the most desirable car in the world.
Love to love you, baby.
Fire safety reports at your kid's school, Monday at 5 on Channel 2 Action News.
Didn't we tell you a couple hours ago, Nebraska and Colorado always play it tight the day after Thanksgiving? We enter the 4th quarter. It's 21-17, 8th-ranked Nebraska. But Colorado's chewed up 69 more yards over 5.5 minutes. The 12th play of the drive is coming up, and they've got it 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. They dominated the third quarter as far as time of possession. Nice play fake by Oaks. Throws on the run. Got it to his man at the 5-yard line. Scott Nemeth, the fullback, knocked out of bounds over there.
Randy Stella doing a nice job of staying with his man. You mentioned time of possession in that third quarter. Let's take a look at the pass, the completion, and the coverage. Colorado had it over 10 minutes in that third quarter, compared to like Nebraska, like 4 minutes and 45 seconds.
This is the third straight drive that Colorado's had at least 11 plays or more. Here's the toss. Cortland Johnson. He's close. At about the 1-foot line.
Boy, does he run north and south or what?
Absolutely. There's no wasted motion by him. He's only 5'9", about 205. And 149 yards for him as he got it that close.
Great effort.
And I'd be the most shocked person in the stadium if he doesn't get another crack at it. Of course, Nebraska is thinking that as well. 3rd and goal. He'll get another shot. Up over the top. He got there. Touchdown. Cortland Johnson, 150 yards and 3 touchdowns on the day.
Colorado has dominated in the second half, and it's dominant on the ground with almost 200 yards rushing now for Colorado against Nebraska.
Mark Mariscal in for the point after. Bad snap, but he got it down, and a kick is tucked inside the left upright.
Just inside.
But it's Cortland Johnson, the man of the day, 150 yards, 3 touchdowns. Gary Barnett enjoying it. Colorado leads.
Welcome to Transmegala, 268th floor, Information Services Division.
Yes?
We're from Luftgart. We provide enterprise IT consulting.
T?
ERP, CRM, and ASP management.
K?
24/7 apps hosting.
I already have one company for every application my division needs.
How's that possible?
I have Quest.
Communications change everything. Ride the light, Quest.
Afraid your next get-together will be a flop? Order Chili's Party Platters. Act now. Call a Chili's representative, and your guests will flip over party-sized servings of buffalo wings, fajitas, baby back ribs, and more. End pre-party stress now. Order Chili's Party Platters new from Chili's.
For a great car at a great rate, call or click Thrifty.
Why did we take the bones out of Chili's boneless buffalo wings? 1, so there's nothing but tender white meat in every bite. And 2, because nobody ever said, great bones.
For a great car at a great rate, call or click Thrifty.
It's a full hour of the best holiday commercials hosted by these guys. The best commercials you've never seen, ABC Saturday at 10/9 Central.
We're not tackling well either. Now, they're going to throw the ball, and they're going to catch some passes. That's all part of it. We can't do it our style defense. We would have been second down and 5.
I agree with defensive coordinator Craig Bohl. They're not tackling very well right now, and that led to a 77-yard drive. A 14-play march, a good-looking drive by Colorado to regain the lead.
What a great drive that was. 2 possessions for Colorado in the second half, 2 touchdowns.
The freshman Oaks, 5 different receivers on that 6 out of 7 performance on that drive. Here's Joe Walker, got the corner, and Walker cuts back inside and got near the 30. And the ball might be loose on the bottom of that pile. Wait a minute. Might have been a late fumble. Colorado says they've got it. It's going to take a little while to unpile right now.
It may be changing hands right now, even as we speak.
They got a mess down there. It's going to be Nebraska football. They still don't have the pile up, but they got the referee pointing in the direction of the Cornhuskers. So Nebraska maybe dodged a little bit of a problem there. That certainly would have given Colorado a great opportunity. They already lead by 3 with 14 minutes left. Frank Solich on the sideline and Congressman Tom Osborne in the booth. The votes are in Nebraska. It was only 82% for Tom to get into Congress.
He's probably saying, what happened to the other 18%?
Right. They were Colorado fans, maybe. I don't know. Here's Eric Crouch on a keeper. What a form tackle that was by Michael Lewis. Lewis, probably the best defensive player Colorado's got, an all Big 12 performer at safety.
Leading tackler. Dr. Tom is take a look at this play inside. Crouch using his running ability and a great hit. But Dr. Tom had pretty much everything his own way when he was a head coach here in Lincoln. When he goes to Washington, he's going to learn a whole new way of give and take.
Blitz is going to take on a whole different connotation. Straight ahead. Buckhalter. And he might have the first down, I think. Deshaun Sykes made the tackle.
There have been 4 possessions in the second half, 2 by Nebraska, 2 by Colorado. 3 of the 4 possessions have led to touchdowns. The other one was a fumble on the option by Nebraska. So the defenses hasn't stopped anybody here in the second half.
And I think one of the reasons why Nebraska had a very successful drive the last time out, Bob, was that they had a much better passing game. They were able to complete a 3rd and long, a first down pass. And once you get a defense thinking more about just one aspect of your offense, then you've got a real chance to go after them, make some things happen, much like Colorado has done, mixing the run and the pass against the Nebraska defense.
Hey, what they might pass right here, they just requested a new football.
Crouch was 2 of 4 on the last drive that led to that touchdown and picked up a crucial 3rd down conversion.
At the 39-yard line, first down, Cornhuskers. They got a 3 wide out set. Bobby Newcomb in motion. They play fake the end around. Crouch in trouble. Wide open tight end. Wistrom down the sideline. New football in hand all the way to the 36-yard line.
There you go, partner.
Andy Peak knocked him out. Wistrom's first catch couldn't have come at a better time and couldn't have been a bigger one. A pickup of 26.
Well, the reverse is going to come back this way, but here's Wistrom. He's just going to slide out over here after he gets the fake done. Now he blocks a little bit. Wistrom, look how wide open he is. Right there.
Nobody within 8 yards of him on either side. So first down, Cornhuskers at the Buffaloes, 36. Crouch in trouble, is going to lose a yard or 2. Nice play defensively by Tyler Brayton. A defensive end by Tyler Brayton. And that'll bring up second down and long. 12:40 left in the football game. Huskers trailing by 3.
So look at Bobby Newcomb. They've been faking. He's been a decoy a couple times on reverses and fake reverses, I should say.
Second down and 12. Crouch from the gun, quarterback draw, looks for room and runs smack dab into a fired up Buffalo defense. Bannon and Brayton again combined on the hit. Brayton, a big sophomore, a couple big plays here. So now it's bringing up 3rd and 12, and 12 yards away is our 1st and 10 presented by Quest. You see the line they've got to reach is down at the 26-yard line. And this is one of those funny spots where it might be 2-down territory because they can't kick a field goal this long and a punt wouldn't do them much good. 3rd down and 12. We'll find out. Quick slant, complete, and a penalty marker. I think we're going to have roughing the passer maybe on Deshaun Sykes. The pass well short of the first down. Crouch is still on his backside. Eric just got up now. Sykes was the guy that applied the pressure. And we'll get the call in a sec.
Number 7 right up the gut. Nobody touches him.
Man. Helmet right under the chin.
Yeah, that's helmet to helmet. And there's no rule in college, but
that's about $15,000 in the NFL.
Yeah, that's right. And I think the NFL has done a nice job of cutting back some of the violence. And I think eventually the college game will do that also, because that, like you say, that hit would have been flagged and fined in the NFL.
Let's watch that one real time one more time.
Helmet to helmet. You don't have to do that.
The game is violent enough.
I mean, he may not have been able to pull himself off, but you didn't have to hit him like that.
Now the give, Buckhalter dancing his way down to about the 16-yard line. There's 11 minutes left in this game, but something that very rarely occurs. The Huskers are trailing by 3, and something that almost never happens. Could they lose at home to an unranked team?
Yeah. And on the other side of the ledger, Colorado has beaten a ranked team for 13 years in a row. But they have not beaten one this year.
Second down along 7. Here's the toss. Buckhalter's in an end around. No, they fake it. He's going to keep it. He got the corner. Bumped out of bounds before he got to the first down marker by Phil Jackson. And a penalty marker on this play as well. That one thrown in the general vicinity of holding. Because of where he turned that corner, he might have had a little help with a turn signal out there in front of him.
Good call, partner.
There it is. That negates a good run that got it down to the 10-yard line. Frank Solich has lost only one game against an unranked team. That was Texas. And look at the record in the last 13 years for Nebraska at home. 80 wins, only 3 losses. So they're not usually in a spot where they're behind, and they're very seldom in a spot when they're behind at the end of the game.
Here for one of those losses, University of Washington came here and beat them, and the fans of Nebraska, you got to say, I think the fans of Nebraska are the best fans of all of college football, because at the end of that game, when the Washington Huskies went off that field, the fans,
got an ovation.
They applaud them. Yeah, exactly.
The 3 losses were to Colorado in 90, Washington in 91, and Texas in 98. It don't happen often, folks. Here's a throwback screen. And Buckhalter in the open field inside the 20. Down to the 10. He's got it, first and goal, Nebraska.
Well designed.
And Raiola and company making a statement out there as their lead blockers.
Well, here it is. He's going to roll this way. Here's the screen man right here. He's going to slide out to the top of the screen. You roll this way, get everybody coming. Now look what you got. You got 3 guys out in front of to block for you. Going to cut back inside of one of them and almost get it all the way down.
Nebraska first and goal at the Colorado 5. Trailing by 3 in the 4th quarter. Straight ahead, the fullback Davies, and he stood up right at the line of scrimmage. Justin Bannon, number 97, on the bottom of that pile.
You know, Buckhalter's been in there on this drive, and he's had some pretty good runs. And one of the reasons why I like him in this situation is that he's a little shiftier runner than Dan Alexander. Dan Alexander, a former fullback, who'll bow you over, big upper body guy, who'll give you a hard stiff arm. But Buckhalter will make you miss, a little niftier dancing along the sidelines, give you more play as an inside runner.
And the officials stop play to remark the football.
Yep. Nebraska has had some problems with the option, with the pitch. Does Solich call it down here in this situation?
3 tight end set. Davies, the fullback. Buckhalter, the tail. Here's the keeper by Crouch, trying to get to the corner. Broke 1 tackle, and he's run out of bounds. Nice job stretching that out. Strickland's going to get credit for the tackle, but Phil Jackson made the play.
Exactly. That's a good defensive, a team defense. Everybody did their job, slid everybody to the outside. And this was a keeper all the way. This was a quarterback designed sweep.
Saw that hit on Jackson, by Jackson on Crouch, and then Strickland did the rest. Eric got it to the 3-yard line. And Lewis, their safety, shaken up apparently. They need him out there. 3rd down and goal. Nebraska. There's what they've done today in the red zone. Crouch drops back and throws. Had a man wide open, and he one-hopped it into the corner.
The pass from Crouch.
He had him wide open.
Nobody around Wistrom, and Crouch threw a bad ball.
Yeah, he did, no question about it. Here's Wistrom here. He's just going to slide out here. He's going to fake and just get back into the backfield.
He hurried that a little bit, didn't he, Bob?
He did. He did. He didn't have to, because look how wide Wistrom is open. You know what I think? I think Crouch, in practice, you always have to throw that quickly, and he probably said it didn't look. He just came out and said, I got to throw it quick, and I'm going to throw it.
Going for the tie, and it's good. They're telling me now from the truck that pass was deflected a little bit, that we could not see. They did get the 3, though. The 7 was oh so close, or could have been. But the pass by Crouch was tipped just a bit. They'll have to settle for the tie.
Did you ever see that movie, You've Got Mail? Where this guy and girl fall in love emailing each other a bunch of times? Anyway, they finally meet face to face, and there's this big romantic kiss. Do you know the movie I'm talking about? Did you ever see that one? Well, this guy didn't. Ford F-Series Super Duty. Built Ford tough.
Policeman, fireman, the mayor of my town. The dude's hanging off of the paper truck. Mr. Chang, down at the local deli, sells me morning coffee, wishes me good luck. This is for the people in my neighborhood. They help me through the day and make me feel good. There's spots for you. And you, and you, and you. There's spots for you.
Are you ready to see yourself as others see you? I didn't know I was so gray. Now escape that old gray look with new Just for Men. More than a hair color, it's the Rejuvenator. Just for Men shampoos away gray in 5 easy minutes, and now has vitamins. It brings back a thicker, healthier look that's completely natural.
I like what I see.
Just for Men. More than a hair color, it's the Rejuvenator.
Now this is the fear snake, the most venomous snake in the world. One bite from him, and it's all over. Yo! Oh, no worries, mate. Luckily, we've had the anti-venom sent from America via FedEx. In my line of work, if you're not absolutely sure, you're absolutely dead. Oh, crikey. It appears we've used a different courier who hasn't arrived yet. It's okay because...
Tonight, what's a guy to do when the girl he loves goes out on a date with his best friend? That's one solution. A new Two Guys and a Girl. See you tonight on ABC.
Tie game. Jay Sean Sykes had that late hit on Eric Crouch. Not a late hit, but a helmet-to-helmet hit. A roughing the quarterback penalty kept the 69-yard drive for Nebraska alive. They have to settle for a field goal, and we're even at 24. As the kick sails out of bounds, Colorado will work from the 35-yard line as the penalty markers fly. Out comes the Nebraska defense now. Their job in front of them to stop Colorado, give their offense a chance to get it back and win it. Things are heating up, though. Cortland Johnson, 3 touchdowns today. The hitting is hard. The score is tied.
Big on taste, but low on cash? Try the new 99-cent BK Cravers menu from Burger King. 8 mouth-watering choices at an unbelievable price, like the tasty chicken tender sandwich, delicious flame-broiled bullseye barbecue deluxe burger, or zesty jalapeno poppers. Just 99 cents every day at Burger King, where you can get great-tasting food every day. Got the urge?
It's as digital as document scan. Digital copiers, network printers, color imaging. Kyocera is where documents are going.
A Kyocera Document Solutions company.
This Saturday at Sears, we open extra early, and we've marked on prices extra low. From 8 until noon, take 10% off everything, even sale prices. So don't fool around. It's the most important time of the year.
Remember the A-Team? Now there was an odd bunch of individuals. They always had some cockamamie scheme to get out of a jam. It never sounded like it would work, but of course it always did. Week after week, same time, same channel. Those were my boys. The Ford F-150 Super Cruise. Built Ford top.
Certainly not a game of leftovers, is it? 24-24, 9:18 left. And Colorado's got a first down at its own 35-yard line. The freshman quarterback trying to engineer an upset on his first trip in here as a player. And the other freshman, Purify, gets about a yard, and that's it. With 9:12 left in the ball game, let's check in with John Saunders in New York. John?
Well, Brad, it's time for the Burger King update. We got a trio of scores for you. Look very familiar. Backyard brawl, 7-0 Pitt with the lead. Each team looking for their 7th victory of the year. Arkansas has grabbed a 7-0 lead over LSU as they look for win number 6. And East Carolina out on top of Southern Miss still in the second quarter.
All right, John, and happy holidays to you and Terry. We're going to get a chance to talk to you. Here's a first down throw. Green in the open field. Javon Green spinning his way into Nebraska territory. That was on a second down, I should say, and they got 16 yards.
As you look at Colorado last 3 possessions, look at the number of plays right here.
Man.
And 2 touchdowns right over here.
Sometimes you can go a whole half and not have that many plays.
Well, the defense has kind of taken away any big plays, but the offenses in the second half have just marched it right down and scored on 4 or 5 possessions.
Oaks has hit his last 6 passes. He's thrown another one. Throwing down a sideline. Perfectly thrown to Minardi, but he couldn't hold it. And Minardi shaken up on the play. I thought he was going to haul that thing in.
It looked like in the effort to try and catch that ball, when he hit the ground or from stretching out, you know, he caught that ball.
Did he catch it?
He caught it.
He did catch it.
He caught it.
Stretches out.
Yeah.
He did make the catch.
I think he hurt his left shoulder. He catches the ball. Now watch him hit on his left shoulder.
I couldn't see it.
Went down hard and then got up holding either his shoulder or his sternum.
Yeah.
We'll try to check on him, but he sure got a big catch for his offense.
They're the largest creatures on Earth. They've adapted and evolved with strength and determination. The kind of strength that helps the Pacific Life family of companies manage more than $300 billion for its clients. And determination that has guided Pacific Life for 130 years. Size, strength, longevity, offering annuities, insurance and investments. Use the power of Pacific Life.
Welcome to Transmegala, 268th floor, Information Services Division.
Yes?
We're from Luftgart. We provide enterprise IT consulting.
T?
ERP, CRM, and ASP management.
K?
24/7 apps hosting.
I already have one company for every application my division needs.
How is that possible?
I have Quest.
Communications change everything. Ride the light. Quest.
Did you ever see that movie, You've Got Mail? Where this guy and girl fall in love emailing each other a bunch of times? Anyway, they finally meet face to face, and there's this big romantic kiss. You know the movie I'm talking about? Did you ever see that one? Well, this guy didn't. Ford F-Series Super Duty. Built Ford tough.
Tonight, Lori's dating a younger man. Guess who Norm's dating? Hi, Mom.
I'm not the father, am I?
It's Norm at a special time. Tonight at 8:30, 7:30 Central on ABC.
Tied at 24, 8:11 remaining in the ball game. Here comes the freshman, Craig Oaks. Came to this stadium one time with his dad in '96 at age 15 to watch a game because he thought Coy Detmer and the Buffaloes could pull off an upset. Here he is 4 years later trying to do it himself. And Cortland Johnson goes down, a loss of about a half yard on the play. Jason Lohr in on the stop. Less than 8 minutes remaining in the ball game, and here's a guy, Bob, that he says the first time he ever remembers this series was in '86, watching a game. That was the first time Bill McCartney was able to pull off an upset in Nebraska. He's in the thick of it right now.
He took about a quarter and a half to really get going, but I'm very impressed with him. He is into the flow of it. He is calmed down. He is no longer a true freshman quarterback.
Here he is off play fake, wants to throw back a screen, incomplete, had to get out of the way. One of his linemen, as Carlos Pope, blew that thing up along with the pressure from Vanden Bosch. Cortland Johnson was the intended receiver. Had they been able to get it to him, he had a convoy out there.
You talk about making a quick decision. When he turned around and saw the thing had blown up, there were red shirts out there, Nebraska defensive players. He just overthrew everybody and just got rid of the sack.
I'll tell you, Vanden Bosch is a really fine example of not just a guy who's dedicated to the game in the school. You talked about his great schoolwork, but he is also a scholar recipient of the National Football Foundation Hall of Fame, an $18,000 postgraduate scholarship.
He is playing a whale of a game. Here's a throw, incomplete, intended for Minardi, who had checked back in there after that sensational catch, and DeJuan Gross broke it up.
Going to go with the field goal.
Yep.
Minardi, single coverage out on Gross, a little slant. A little bit behind him and a little late. Timing just not right.
So it's Mark Mariscal, who's had some trouble today. He missed a potential game winner from 41 yards against USC. He's going to try a 41-yarder here to put his team in front late in the fourth quarter. And it's blocked, and it's Kelsey who's got it. Nebraska's blocked another one. Graver blocked it. Kelsey covered it.
They've had a problem blocking over there all day long. Over on this side right here, here's Craver. He's just going to, there's two guys rushing to that side. Right there. Look at this guy right here. He's got to block both of them. You can't do it very well. One of them gets in there. It's Craver on the outside.
The snap may have been a little tight. Minardi tried to straighten it out, but it was too late. Craver, who's a great kick blocker and has returned a couple punts for touchdowns this year, and now it's Buckhalter into the open field, and Corral Buckhalter's got a first down, Nebraska. We approach 7 minutes, and here come the Cornhuskers.
Special teams will kill you. You better be strong on special teams, or you're not going to win many ball games, or not many big ball games.
Colorado could have a 9-point lead in this game were it not for their unspecial teams. And now Nebraska maybe thinking they've got the Buffs right where they want them. They're in their territory. There's 7 minutes left in the game. Let's see if we go to power Nebraska football to try to win this. Straight ahead. Buckhalter now kicks it outside. Got the corner. Whew. Wicked hit out there. Phil Jackson had to go low, and Buckhalter went right over the top.
Buckhalter was going to hit whoever came out. He didn't care about gaining any more yardage. He was lowering his shoulder. And Jackson went low to preserve his life.
Jackson was putting on a red light, and Buckhalter just ran the light.
Yeah. Here comes Jackson. He says, oh, no, I'm coming low. I'll give it up.
69 yards for Buckhalter. He got 17 there. First down. Now it's Miller. And Jay Sean Sykes has to bulldog him down at the 25-yard line. Our Sprint PCS game fact. Nebraska has led the nation in rushing 11 times since 1980. 13 times overall. And I got news for you, folks. It's going to be 14 because Ohio State is over 40 yards behind them per game. And Ohio State can't catch them now.
No, they average 355 yards, Nebraska does rushing. You see today only 267, so they're almost 100 yards below their average.
I don't know if that was Brian Dawson or Santa Claus, but somebody on the sideline in red, obviously cheering for the Cornhuskers wearing that uniform. Lewis comes in there, makes the stop along with Sykes, and a loss on the play as Crouch goes down. And 5:45 all it remains. Don't forget, coming up next, we're going to have a big battle in Texas. It'll be the number 22 Aggies against the 13th ranked Longhorns. That'll be our game to follow. Brent and Gary and Jack are waiting on that one. John and Terry in the studio to update you on all those scores as well. And we have just under 5.5 minutes remaining in this one, and it's been a dandy as Nebraska jumped out to a 14-0 lead, then 17 unanswered points by Colorado. We've seesawed back and forth in this second half, and with 5:28 left, we're dead even at 24.
You know the Fight Club, right? Where this group of guys get together in some warehouse or basement or whatever, and they just get beaten up. Then go to work the next day, scraped and scarred and wearing bruises like badges of honor. Now there's a hobby that separates the men from the boys. The new Ford Ranger Edge. Built Ford tough.
Introducing Chili's famous fajitas. To go. Down, boy. Get in, get out, get on with your life.
Want to start a family?
Right now?
I just got supplemental insurance.
What's that?
Aflac. Well, if we get sick, our health insurance won't cover things like lost pay or other expenses. This does.
What's it called? Aflac!
I don't know.
Aflac. Without it, no insurance is complete.
Your turn.
Oh, baby back, baby back, baby back. Chili's baby back. Barbecue sauce.
Mark Mariscal looking on. He has missed 2 field goals. He's had 2 blocks. I think a lot of you remember the game we did last year. Jeremy Aldridge had an opportunity to win that game in overtime at Folsom Field and ended up going to OT, and Eric Crouch won that one for Nebraska. 3rd down and 8. Crouch is going to keep it. He's got the first down. He's got more. Eric Crouch, touchdown! Crouch won it last year. He might have just won it this year. 26 yards. Once he sees a crease, forget about it.
It didn't take him long to get in the end zone, did it?
Nope. He's been beat up and banged around today, but he's just scored his 3rd touchdown, and he's over 100 yards rushing now. 4th lead change of the ball game, and Brown's extra point is good. Eric Crouch, another 100-yard day on the ground. This, his 3rd touchdown, has put Nebraska back in front.
It all comes down to this. Ball on the 14-yard line. No timeouts left.
Tostitos? The exhilarating taste of new spicy quesadilla Tostitos chips. It's fun for everyone. Dig in, kick back, Tostitos.
Suzuki saves you work, saves your skin, and now your money. Because now during Quad Fair, when you pick up a selected Suzuki Quad Runner ATV, like the automatic Quadmaster 500, you'll get a Super Winch for just $49.99. Plus great financing like 0 down and 9.95 APR. But hurry in. Suzuki can save a lot of things, but not this deal.
With shopping on your MSN homepage, you can search, shop, and compare for televisions, cell phones, video cameras, or whatever else you need.
When you eat too much turkey, what's that stuff in it that slows everybody down?
Stuffing.
Yeah.
Right here. Watch him. Watch Masoni right here. He goes up and takes the pitch man. What Colorado wanted to do is take away Crouch from running the football. Force him to pitch it back to the tailback.
Whatever that was, that turkey thing I was talking about, the Nebraska fans have shaken it with 5 minutes left in the ball game. They are into it right now. Here's the kick. Matt Brunson from the 2. Brunson got a little opening. He's got some speed. Brunson across the 30 and out to the 33-yard line. Good field position for Colorado, trailing by a touchdown. College football on ABC Sports brought to you by Ford F-Series. The best-selling trucks are built Ford tough. MSN, everything you need to feel at home on the web, all in one place. Chili's Ranch Hand Filet, tender, juicy, flame grilled and served on a bed of awesome blossom strings. And Suzuki and the innovative Quad Runner and Quad Master all-terrain vehicles, which is what you'd need in this football game. You got to be an all-terrain vehicle, and that's what Nebraska's been so far now when they needed it. Let's see if Colorado can answer. Oaks comes up firing. Javon Green with a catch of first down. Green sidesteps the tacklers, and he's to midfield into the 49-yard line. A pickup of 18.
Made a lot of good moves on that, and one of the guys coming back, there was a defensive lineman or linebacker, made the hit.
First down at the 49.
This is an ABC News special report.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Brown at ABC News headquarters in New York. We interrupt the football game briefly here to update you on a major development now in the presidential election recount. The U.S. Supreme Court has decided it will hear the Bush campaign appeal of Tuesday's Florida Supreme Court ruling, which allows the hand counting in Florida to continue. Our Justice Department correspondent, Pierre Thomas, is outside the Supreme Court now. Pierre, give us a quick sense of what the court said.
Basically, the court said that it will hear, again, the Florida State ruling regarding whether the Florida State court went beyond what the law provides. The Bush campaign had filed a motion before the court asking the court to deal with this issue in the sense that the Florida State Supreme Court, the Bush team maintained, went beyond what the law provides, that they rewrote the state law, and that is the purview of the state legislature. The Supreme Court said it will hear the case.
Any idea when that hearing will take place?
Okay, we have a hearing set for November 28, 2000. November 28, 2000. I'm still just reading this here again. And on the other issue, there was another issue before the Supreme Court that involved whether the court would take a matter before the 11th Circuit in Atlanta. And the court said it would not take that case, and that dealt with whether the hand counts themselves, the hand counts ongoing in Florida, are illegal.
Pierre, thanks. Pierre Thomas at the Supreme Court again next week. The U.S. Supreme Court will hear this argument over the hand count. That's the latest in the presidential election. You can stay up to date at our website, abcnews.com, and on the West Coast World News tonight a little bit later. I'm Aaron Brown in New York. This has been an ABC News special report.
For continuing coverage of this story, stay with ABC News and abcnews.com on the web. This has been a special report from ABC News.
While the nation waits, you might be waiting for us to tell you what happened while we were away. Nothing so far, but Colorado has just taken a timeout with 3:55 remaining in the football game. They've got a third down and long. They needed to talk this one over with Craig Oaks, their freshman quarterback, because they're not going to get too many more shots at Nebraska. As Joe Walker almost intercepted a pass, an errant throw. Oaks never saw the safety crossing the field as he tried to tuck one into his tight end, but he dropped it, and it's given Colorado another chance. With 3:55 to go, they trail by 7, 31-24. We've had 4 lead changes. Nebraska led 14-0 early in the game, then 17 straight points by Colorado, and now Nebraska, their last 3 possessions, has produced 17 points, and they lead 31-24.
Now Nebraska asked for a timeout because Colorado came out in 4 wide receivers, and Nebraska didn't have the correct personnel. They ran it in from the sideline.
Little chess game going on between the Cornhuskers and the Buffaloes. Let's check in with John Saunders in New York. John?
Brad, time for the Burger King update. Coming up next, Texas and quarterback Chris Sims. He'll start the game. Major Applewhite practice all week. He is available. It'll be Texas against Texas A&M when we're done with your exciting one. He's coming back.
And we hope they have as good a one as we have had today in Lincoln, Nebraska, on a crystal clear day after Thanksgiving. A seesaw battle back and forth. Two teams that we told you back when we started this game a little after 11 o'clock Central Time this morning always seem to play close ball games. In the last 3 or 4 years, it's gone down to the wire. And until moments ago, we were tied at 24 until Eric Crouch scored from 26 yards out for Nebraska.
Last 4 games in this series have been decided by 13 points.
And now here comes the fans in support of the Cornhusker defense. 3rd down and 12.
Here they come.
Carlos Pope comes on a blitz. Here's a middle screen. Cortland Johnson's got a lot of room in front of him. And Johnson inside the 40. And he's got a first down with that last burst at the very end.
Yes.
He got the yard he needed.
As if he needed it. As if he needed it. He just knew that maybe a couple more yards at the end of this play is what I need for that first down.
Vanden Bosch says all we had to do was stop 3rd and 13 or 3rd and 12, and they couldn't.
Screen right there to Cortland. Vanden Bosch, 83, is coming back from behind.
And makes the tackle, or helps on it anyway.
He pulled the ball out, and it looked like he got back on it.
Colorado, with 3.5 minutes to go, has got a first down at the Nebraska 38-yard line. McCready in motion. Straight give to Cortland Johnson. Jason Lohr has got him all wrapped up. Lohr, the junior out of Jenks High, Tulsa, Oklahoma, makes his stop.
Nebraska's been in a lot of big games this year and over the years. Specifically this year against Oklahoma and Kansas State. Colorado has not been in a lot of big games. Their record is 3-7, and you would think that the benefit of experience would go with the guys in the red shirt.
Especially with a home field advantage that they have had for the last 30-some years. Oaks under pressure, down the middle, got it complete, down to the 30-yard line to his tight end Graham. About 1.5 yards short of a first down. Now we're down to 2.5 minutes. Don't forget Monday Night Football. It'll be Brett Favre and the Green Bay Packers. Can they pull off another miracle like they did against the Vikings a few weeks ago? They'll take on the Carolina Panthers, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, right here on ABC.
Brett Favre seems to have those guys back hungry again.
I still pay to watch him play. Here's a toss. Johnson, first down. Goes to the 25-yard line. Got 5 more.
Easy, roll up on the leg.
And they just keep moving it down the field.
All right, you've got 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Colorado has 2 timeouts left. Every time you make a first down, the clock stops until they move the chains, and then they mark the ball ready for play again.
Down to the 25-yard line, and they have marked it. And you see the clock starting to tick. Under 2 minutes. Colorado took over its own 32-yard line at the 5:20 mark, and now they're in the 8th play of their drive, trying to tie it up. And there's motion on the left side. Daniel Graham, the tight end, came out of his stance.
Before the snap, false start on the offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Only 3 penalties on Colorado all day long.
Gary Barnett, every time I see Gary Barnett, I think of what a great job he did turning around the program at Northwestern. Taking them to the Rose Bowl when nobody thought he could, and then coming back and winning another piece of the Big Ten championship the year after when nobody thought he would.
And now playing with a team that has started 7 different true freshmen this season, including this one. Oaks, and Javon Green catches the back end of the ball. What a catch. And he got to the 20-yard line. Picked up 10, so they got the penalty back and 5 more. And now it's a timeout taken by Colorado. And that'll be their second. 1:16 to go. Big drive coming up. I want to thank some of the folks that spent the holiday with us. Our maintenance crew, Keith Pappas, Ed Perez, Ryan Zitlaw, Gene Kodalink, our tech support people, Steve Walder and Brian Dawson, Bart Grignan, Chris Stoffel, G.W. Farrar, our 1st and 10 line this year, Tom Boblet, and John De La Torre, our telco engineer. Bob Zinowitz, cameras all season long, John Lawrence, and Peter Dingle, Jason Jobs, Todd Marshall, Kevin Edmondson, Mike Meyer, Mike DeJarlais, and John Brunn. Ingrid Serra, our graphics, and a great singer, by the way. Our videotape, Todd Koulis, John Wright, Greg Janik, Jerry Stainer, and Carmen Peterson. Our video this year, Bruce Smith and Jerry Sell. Audio, Pat Thornton, Marvin Bronstein, and Karen hoisting up here in the booth with us. Brad Sheldon, our technical director. Our production support staff, Fred Edwards and Eric Duncan, Preston Bentley, Kerry Stevenson, Amanda McGill, Brian Scirotta, Pat McGrath, and Clint Deans, our statistician and spotter. And that other group of support people, we call them the Ohio Players. Just some of the folks that spent the holiday with us. We're glad you're spending the day after Thanksgiving with us. And man, are we dishing up something for you here. Possible overtime in the making. 2nd and 5. Oaks goes complete to his tight end Graham, and he's got a first down, I think, at the 15-yard line. Joe Walker holding on for dear life.
Graham has been a big-time player, tight end who's had an ankle problem. He's wearing an ankle brace today, but is coming up big with some huge catches for first downs.
Oaks just calmly that time. Grease just tosses it there, and it's a first down.
The difference between Oaks now as opposed to the first quarter is huge.
1st and 10, Colorado at the Nebraska 15. Oaks throws over the middle, almost a one-handed catch by Graham. He couldn't hold it. Bounced it off his right hand and then down to his left knee, and it's incomplete.
This is the guy we're talking about, Oaks. When Gary Barnett told us he's the best player on our team, he says, we're going with him. That's what you're talking about now, the second half play of this young freshman quarterback.
And his tight end, Bob, Daniel Graham, is going to be, I think, one of the better college football tight ends. He's got the size. He's an excellent blocker. And he's got the genes. His father, Tom Graham, great linebacker at Oregon and played for the San Diego Chargers.
2nd down at 10. Oaks from the gun. Lofts it to the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado. Bernardi's got it. And the Buffaloes a point away from tying it up. There's a flag, but I think it's going to be pass interference.
I agree.
47 seconds left. What a great catch and adjustment to the ball by Minardi with Sweeney all over him. Here's the call.
Defensive pass interference, decline, touchdown.
And how about the freshman Oaks? And now an all-important point after upcoming as Oaks drops back out of the shotgun, fires it out there, put it where he had to put it, and Minardi made the adjustment, and Sweeney was all over him with the interference. It didn't matter. Decline, it's a touchdown.
Minardi holding on to that ball for dear life, and Oaks
says, you know,
doesn't get much better than that.
When I was sitting there as a 5-year-old watching Bill McCartney's Buffaloes for the first time be able to pull off an upset of Nebraska, and he said, I knew right there I was going to wear gold helmets someday. I don't know if he thought he was going to be quite in the thick of it this quickly. And don't you know, there's just a little bit of adrenaline pumping in that young man right now. He started off, what did he start, 0 for 6?
Yeah, 0 for 5 or 6, couple of interceptions.
And in the second half alone, 16 of 23, 189 yards, and the biggest hunk and the most important hunk of real estate moments ago for the touchdown.
Well, they've had 4 possessions, and they've scored touchdowns on 3 of the 4 touchdowns. Here's a matchup right here. The receiver just going to go down and break to the outside. Look at all the room that Oaks has to throw to on the outside. He's throwing all this room out here, and that's what you want. Throw it to the outside, single coverage, and a nice play and a nice catch. Minardi sees it, keeps his concentration on the ball, and it's a tie ball game or a 1-point game at least before the
Is there a discussion going on whether or not this is going to be a 1- or 2-point attempt here? Colorado's got everybody around their coaches on the sideline.
Well, you know, you're right, because Ball's on the left hash mark.
They are going for 2. Wow.
Well, you're on the road and you're an underdog.
You try to play to win without going to OT. 3 wideouts to the top of your screen. Colorado goes for 2 for the lead. Oaks to the end zone. Green. He's got it. Javon Green makes the catch, and Colorado's in front.
Was that a gutsy call?
They said it was their bowl game. They don't want to go home disappointed, I guess. The 5th lead change. In that drive, Craig Oaks was 6 out of 8 for 70 yards and a touchdown, and he just threw a 2-point laser shot to Javon Green. Man.
Big-time play. Is that young man grown up today?
We've seen him grow up.
I like the call. You roll your quarterback out. You buy some time. Your 3 wide receivers are to the wide side of the field. Put the ball in the left hash mark. Oh, I caught it twice. He caught it twice. He caught it once, and then he caught it again.
Gary Barnett, whose team lost so many close games the first 3 weeks of the season, and look at the jubilation on the face and the making of a freshman quarterback who, as Grease said a little while ago, isn't a freshman anymore.
That's for sure.
Wow.
Making his 7th start of the year. In the biggest game of his career so far. And what a disappointment on the other side.
Yeah, we still got 47 seconds left. The way this game's going, who knows? So back deep. Joe Walker will trot back there, and Joe Walker's a guy that can change a game in a hurry. Randy Stella will flank him. Carlos Polk can only look on and hope and pray now, because the defense's day is done.
These moments will be remembered by these young men for the rest of their lives.
27 seniors on Tom Osborne Field for the last time today. They don't want it to end this way, but they're needing a big chunk of yardage to get in field goal range. Line drive kick taken by one of the up men, though, and this is going to give them good field position because it's out to the 42-yard line. Deron Diedrich, the 3rd-string tailback, gets Nebraska in good position. Our production assistants, John Coral and Charlie Vanacore. Jake Gleason, our technical manager. Mike Heskett, our production manager. Fred King's our associate director and is not a good singer. Raymond Martin's our associate producer. Today's game was directed by Chip Dean, produced by Jay Rothman. The coordinating producer of ABC's College Football is Bob Goodrich. Bob Toms, our director of production. The executive producer of ABC's College Football, John Filippelli. The executive producer of ABC Sports is Howard Katz. Nebraska with still a chance, but time running out. Crouch going deep for Davison, and it is almost picked off, and Davison and almost took it off Phil Jackson's hands. Incomplete. 37 seconds left. Now, if you're thinking about field goal, Josh Brown's longest field goal of the year is 40 yards, and he has had trouble today and this season. But here's another look at the long pass play.
Well, almost intercepted.
And that almost caught off the ricochet.
Right.
Crouch back to live action, goes complete. Tiptoeing out of bounds at the 47-yard line is John Gibson. So they get a little closer to the first down. The first down marker really doesn't matter too much right now.
Well, Bob and Brad, as Nebraska's trying to come back from behind in the last seconds of this ball game to win, they need a big play. And someone who has been conspicuously missing from this offense has been number 12, Bobby Newcomb. Not only has he not been involved, I don't even think they tried to get him the ball. They just use him as a decoy.
Yeah. He hasn't touched it. And now they go right back to Gibson. Same play, same result. First down out of bounds at the 45 with 29 seconds left.
Well, you would think that if you get Nebraska down at the end of the ball game and you got to Crouch has got to throw from the shotgun, that's exactly where you want him, having to throw the football. But you never know.
Nebraska looking for its 9th win, trying to stay in the BCS picture. Late drive, and there's Bobby Newcomb. Swanee called for him, and he got him.
The clock will stop. The clock will stop until they mark the ball ready for play when the chains are set.
And it's at the 31-yard line. So another pass play, and they might have an opportunity for a kick.
You got a timeout left.
One timeout left for Nebraska. First down at the Colorado 31. Eric Crouch just going to keep it himself. Only got to the 30, though.
Now you got to use your timeout.
That play is going to be questioned a little bit. Clock stopped with 10 seconds left.
You're an option team. If that's what you do best, maybe you could get a long run from an option if the other team is expecting it. But if it doesn't work, then you got to stop the clock.
Right now, it would be a 47-yard field goal attempt. Career long for Josh Brown is 42. I mentioned earlier, 40 is the longest he's kicked one this year. And right now, Dominic Raiola is saying, if we give you a chance and you miss, you're dead.
No, wait a minute.
I know he's not doing it. I just made that up. Chevrolet players of the game, while we've got 10 seconds left, there were a lot of candidates, let me tell you. But we're going to go with Cortland Johnson, over 150 yards and 3 touchdowns today for Colorado. And Kyle Vanden Bosch, who quite frankly I thought was all over the field today for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. And in recognition of their efforts, Chevrolet will make a $1,000 contribution to each university's general scholarship fund. That guy was definitely in the running, Craig Oates. But let me tell you, folks, we'll do enough games that he'll win plenty of Chevy Awards before he's done.
Isn't that the truth?
Don't forget Texas A&M and Texas will be coming up next. And that should be a good one, too. But we're down to the final couple of plays.
Got to stop the clock after the play. You won't have time to run this play and get a field goal in. Throw to the outsides.
Crouch.
Or deep
sets, fires out. Newcomb's got it. He's out of bounds at the 12.
Great play.
Bobby Newcomb unused all day. 2 receptions of the last 3 plays. This one's good for 17 yards. And here comes a field goal unit for the win.
Great throw and catch.
There's the story on Josh Brown. His career long, his season long. He won't have to worry about either one of those right here. This is a 29-yard field goal attempt to win the game for Nebraska. In what would be a miraculous comeback in the final 40 seconds. Brown for the win. The kick is up, and it is good. He got it. Nebraska wins it. On both sides. As on this holiday weekend, both teams laid everything on Tom Osborne Field, but maybe it was some of that Osborne magic, or maybe it was just plain great football. Josh Brown for the game winner, and he knew as soon as he swung his leg that he had it, and Frank Solich knew too. What a game, and what a disappointment.
But a lot to build on right here.
Absolutely. Great football game, guys. That was fun. But it's a lot more fun, of course, for Nebraska. They win it 34-32, the final. Don't forget, coming up next on ABC, a battle in the Lone Star State, bragging rights between Texas A&M and Texas. ABC Sports is online at ESPN.com. Keyword, ABC's college football. Well, it was quite a battle. Hope you have a great holiday weekend, everybody. For Bob Greasy and Lynn Swan and our entire ABC crew, Brad Nessler from Lincoln, Nebraska, this has been a presentation of ABC Sports, continuing the tradition of excellence.
This is the Georgia Lottery Cash 3 Midday Drawing.
Good afternoon. I'm Carol Blackman with Clay Irwin of KPMG. We are live with your Cash 3 Midday Drawing for Friday, November 24th. The first number is 4. That's followed by 1. And next we have 1. Good luck. You win if you pick the right combination of the numbers 4, 1, 1. Join me tonight at 6:59 for the Cash 3 Evening Drawing. And join us tomorrow at this time for Cash 3 Midday.
Shop this season in style. Win a $2,000 shopping weekend at Lenox Square and Phipps Plaza while staying at the Ritz-Carlton. Register to win at your Metro Atlanta Lincoln dealers or nearby Pike stores. Then head to Pike Family Nurseries for holiday decorations for your home. Celebrate every day in style with Lincoln LS. Satisfy your desire for outstanding driving dynamics with a luxurious, comfortable interior. Test drive the Lincoln LS at your Metro Atlanta Lincoln dealers. Lincoln, American luxury.
I love to go to Rhodes because the selection is great. I get so inspired by the rooms they have set up, and I just come home, I look at my rooms, and I think I could do that too.
Get holiday inspiration at Rhodes Furniture, where everything is on sale, and enjoy no monthly payments and no interest until 2002.
A finance plan with the purchase of furniture is definitely a plus. It allows you to buy a little more.
Everything is on sale right now at Rhodes Furniture.
Fire safety reports at your kid's school, Monday at 5 on Channel 2 Action News.
On a windy but clear afternoon in Austin, Texas, it's the Aggies and the Longhorns. Good afternoon and welcome, everybody. Along with Gary Danielson, I'm Brent Musburger. Nice to have you along with us. Gary, a late development for the Aggies and Robert Ferguson, their wide receiver. What's the story?
Brent, a great wide receiver, you know that. And we watched him warm up, and he is limping badly. Now, against Oklahoma, there was some question whether he would play. I thought he practiced in the warm-ups much better than he did today. Jack Garuda's told us he's not going to play, but I want some wiggle room here. This is Texas A&M. This guy might go here.
The story regarding the Texas quarterback situation. Chris Sims, son of Phil, will go. Yesterday, we asked him about his progress as a quarterback.
I think I've improved a lot. Just, you know, last year it was more of a learning experience. I was trying to learn on the run, and, you know, it's tough because we have a fairly complicated offense. And, you know, this year I've really felt a lot more comfortable, and you can take it to the next level of understanding things, and it makes it a lot easier as a quarterback.
And Gary, your feeling about Chris?
Brent, this is a talked about football player all through the Big 12 Conference. Coaches have opinions. I watched him a year ago. I watched him this week in practice and in warm-ups. He's vastly improved, and I've got a feeling here that Mac Brown is saying, Chris Sims, it's your job to win today.
Gary, there is another sad story playing out today. Of course, it has been a year since that tragedy at Texas A&M. With more on that, here's our colleague, Jack Arute. Jack.
Brent, on November 18th, 1999, the Texas A&M community awoke to find out, tragically, that thousands of logs that had been stacked for their traditional bonfire had collapsed, injuring 27 and killing 12. It was a day when everyone forgot about football. Players joined the rescue effort. Their 12th man needed them. Aggie wide receiver Greg Porter remembers.
It was a confusing time. It was a time of devastation. And the emotions were, well, there was panic out there to get the people out, and there was, you know, already the injured, and so, you know, you felt for those people. And then came along the deaths, which took its toll rather hard on a lot of people.
Chad Powell, a high school friend of Porter's, was one of the 12 who died. None are forgotten as A&M prepares for this game.
He'll be on my mind somewhere, and hopefully he's there, and I'll think about him before the game, but when I get on the field, most of the time I just try to wipe everything out.
You know the Fight Club, right? Where this group of guys get together in some warehouse or basement or whatever, and they just get beaten up. Then go to work the next day, scraped and scarred and wearing bruises like badges of honor. Now there's a hobby that separates the men from the boys. The new Ford Ranger Edge. Built Ford tough.
Now this is the fierce snake, the most venomous snake in the world. One bite from him, and it's all over. Yo! Oh, no worries, mate. Luckily, we've had the anti-venom sent from America via FedEx. In my line of work, if you're not absolutely sure, you're absolutely dead. Oh, crikey. It appears we've used a different courier who hasn't arrived yet. It's okay because...
It all comes down to this. Ball on the 14-yard line. No timeouts left.
Tostitos? The exhilarating taste of new spicy quesadilla Tostitos, Jeffs.
Fight and march down the field. Smile up the touchdown.
It's fun for everyone. Dig in, kick back, Tostitos.
Want to start a family?
Right now?
I just got supplemental insurance.
What's that?
Aflac. Well, if we get sick, our health insurance won't cover things like lost pay or other expenses. This does.
What's it called?
Aflac! I don't know.
Aflac. Without it, no insurance is complete.
Welcome to our New York studios. John Saunders and Terry Bowden. If you're just joining us, where have you been? You missed a great game between Colorado and Nebraska. Came down to the final play. Eric Crouch and the Cornhuskers had them marching early. Looked like they would romp in this game. But Nebraska at this point with a 31-24 lead. But Colorado comes back. Craig Oaks, the freshman, 15 yards to John Minardi. Touchdown. They're within one. Kick it and go to overtime, right? Wrong. Gary Barnett says go for it. Craig Oaks, 2 yards to Javon Green. The two-point conversion is good. Colorado with the lead, but then a short squib kick set it up for Nebraska. Crouch and Newcomb hooked up, and then this. Josh Brown, 29 yards and a field goal on the final play, and Nebraska survives to beat Colorado in a great game. We will talk more about this game, of course, at halftime. BCS implications. Nebraska with a chance to get a berth. Right now, let's go back to Brent Musburg.
Moments ago, the arrival of the Texas Longhorns. A little touch of showbiz, folks. The Aggies won the flip and Jackaroon. I understand they deferred and they want the wind at their back. They took the wind, right?
Absolutely, Brent. The wind is gusting as high as 35 miles an hour. It's steady at about 15. But when it gusts, it blows this way. That's why A&M has decided to defend this end zone. They want the wind working to their advantage in this quarter and in the final quarter.
Very visual, Jack.
Hey, Jack, put those Chads back, would you? Those are votes.
Evo standing down there watching the end zone that his Longhorns will defend. Ivan Williams and Victor Ike are back deep with Terrence Kitchens, and their punt man comes downfield. Cody Skates, their punter. A bouncing kickoff that is fielded by the smaller Ike. Breaks free to the 33-yard line, and that's where Chris Sims will put it in play. The sophomore from Franklin Lakes, New Jersey. And beyond the numbers, a lot of talk. He told us yesterday he loves Austin. Not transferring. Hey, I don't think he's redshirt.
Are you sure?
I think they want him to be the quarterback next year. The coaches weren't hearing anything of that. The story actually was started by Chris himself when he was talking to reporters midway through the season. And I'd be very surprised if he winds up redshirting next year. First down and 10 now for Sims and the Horns, with Hodges Mitchell, his ace back, right behind him. The first call. Cuts back, and you can see the wrecking crew. 4 white jerseys jump on him as we continue looking at the Chili's starting lineup. Mitchell, number 3, and B.J. Johnson and Roy Williams, 2 outstanding freshman wide receivers to watch for the Longhorns here this afternoon. And big Leonard Davis, 6'6", 365 pounds of left tackle, a possible first-round draft choice in the next NFL draft. Second down and 7 for Sims and the Horns. That short drop, and he flares it out to one of his experienced receivers, B.J. Johnson, the freshman who catches it. And you can see the wrecking crew when they're in a 3-man front. Flemings will be taking on Leonard Davis.